It's your boy, the Ray Bay, here to talk some shit.
Walking your dog. Walking your dog.
This man is on his porch. This man is on his porch. This man is on his porch. He's on his porch talking about masturbation schedules.
Walking your dog. Walking your dog.
All right, we are fucking live. Finally, we got some whole
Oh,
hiccups
yeah.
going on. Let's make sure all the comments are popping up. Yeah, they're popping up, but they're all over the place.
What's up, everybody?
What's going down?
Hey, it's looking good.
We are
Yeah,
live with.
you'll figure that shit out, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll
we'll
just
get
be
there.
hard. But
You
we
just
did
play
it.
with it and play with it.
We did it. We're up. We're live with Rage the Reason. What's going on, Rage?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm pretty good. I'm looking forward to this. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So last time we talked a little bit about like where you and I both come from, as far as our backgrounds go, and in the whole, I guess, non-duality world. So like, what kind of crystallized that moment for you? I guess if there was a moment, like,
So like non dualistic. So let me think. I guess for me, I don't know. It was probably when I just started thinking things more along the lines, just agnostically and skeptically. But I don't know. I'm when it comes to dualism, I'm kind of I don't know. I'm not sure. Dualism might be real. I'm not sure about it.
I mean, was there like a specific quote or anything that you came across that like kind of illuminated things for you, or
So like, well, so for me, I've been you know, I've been a naturalist for a long time. So for me, like, mind was always something that was like a process of the brain. I hear, you know, myself in a little spot behind my eyes, in the middle of my head. That's kind of where I hear myself 99% of the time. Unless I'm really, really angry, then I kind of speak from my guts. But like when I started looking at different cultures and different philosophies, and you learn that like in some Eastern cultures, they don't they don't place their minds in their head like we do here in the West, or most of us do here in the West. They put their minds come from their heart area, you know, their the middle of their chest, and that's where they hear their voice, their self. And then other people, it comes from their solar plexus area, you know. So once you start looking into that, you know, it's like I've argued with a couple atheists about it here recently, but like once you start looking into that, and you consider like there's really no way science is ever going to be able to determine mind or where mind might originate. For me, it's just it doesn't seem like a logical argument to argue against dualism anymore.
sorry, could you repeat? So you said it doesn't seem like a logical thing to argue against dualism.
No, I still don't believe in dualism, but
Mhm.
I'm not going to say, oh, dualism isn't a thing. I think mind could be separate from the brain.
So I mean, as
Very
far as
possible.
non-duality goes, like where are you at?
Um, so I don't think I'm quite understanding. So non-duality, are you
Mhm.
talking about like I don't know, explain what you mean by that.
Yeah, so I think a lot of terms that kind of get tossed around together in the same conversation are non-duality, duality, and monism or monism. Um, and I think a lot of people have trouble disentangling what non-duality is, distinct from monism or monism. So I'm wondering, like, where you kind of fall if, like, mind and body, if it seems like it makes more sense to you for those two to be of the same essence, like from the same
Uh,
substance, if you will, or if they are different but inextricably, I think that's a
all right.
word, linked. Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I was kind of getting hung up on dualism, or what am I thinking of? But yeah, non-duality. So like when it comes to like free will, I don't
Mhm.
think we have free will.
No free will.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm not sure that free will exists. So I've been looking at a lot of Eastern philosophies, right? And I don't know. I think free will would be an interpretation of a self, right? Like, um, and when you're speaking of free will, you're usually talking about it. At least here in the West or in America, especially, you're usually talking about it along the lines of Abrahamics, right? So,
Mhm.
the Abrahamic God um, has its own will, but then allows humanity to have its own free will, and then you pay the consequences for your actions or whatever.
Mhm.
I just don't think it really exists in that context.
Hmm. Okay. I feel like it probably wouldn't either. Because if in Eastern philosophy, spontaneity is one of the hallmarks of the
Hmm.
Tao or of Zen. Um,
Hmm.
so for me, I guess in an emotional sense, that kind of disentangles the problem of free will versus determination or determinism. Um, but yeah, so there's
Yeah,
no free will at all. Like everything is kind of
yeah, exactly.
built.
So like
Yeah.
in terms of, so like the Eastern philosophy of the Tao, it would kind of begin with the Buddha, and then it would go into Confucianism and Tao. The Tao philosophy was kind of I guess you could say like a response to Confucianism in a way. Pretty much just to say, hey, Confucius, just kind of chill out, dude. You're taking yourself too seriously. Live in the now and live Wu Wei. And Wu Wei is pretty much the path of inaction. And what
Mhm.
it means by that is what you just said, spontaneity. It's not sitting around doing nothing, right?
Right.
It's not sitting behind here in your computer all day playing video games, not doing anything productive, but live as the universe intended for you to live. So whatever the universe throws with you, you flow with it. You flow with it.
Mhm.
You flow with it as if it's the Tao, as if it's like water or like
Mhm.
wind. It's just you allow things to happen without thinking about it much. So yeah, free will isn't really it doesn't really have anything to do at all with it. It's all about the universal motion, or the the thing that is undescribable, which would be the Tao.
Mm. So I was gonna ask you something and it just totally jetted right out of my head. So yeah, I would agree that free will in that context would just not really match. Like it doesn't really match
Mm-hmm.
the question as an answer. Yeah, spontaneity, wu wei. I think that's what I was going to touch on. I believe that means without obstacle. The Chinese wu meaning without, and wei meaning obstacle or hardship.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, flowing smoothly. But do you believe that you are like you yourself are separate from the universe? Like
No.
no. Okay.
No, I think that we're all connected, and I've found that in a couple traditions, and I find that in a lot of Native American traditions, especially the Lakota tradition, and they have aspects of their tradition that's very similar to aspects of the Tao, and the Tao is interesting. Are you familiar with how the Tao, um, I don't know, was created, became a thing?
I have no knowledge of like the Tao being created, but
Uh, well,
yeah, like with Lao Tzu and people and those sort
yeah,
of thinkers.
yeah. So well,
Mhm.
there's an interesting legend that surrounds Lao Tzu, right? So
Mhm.
Lao Tzu for the audience is the person that wrote Tao Te Ching, which was the first book of Tao philosophy, right? So yeah, so I would consider, like for to be Lao Tzu, if he existed, um, came up with the idea of Taoism, kind of based off of Buddhism and then the Hinduism before that. Um, but we're not really sure if Lao Tzu is a real person, right? Like, so there's this, if he's real or not, he's definitely the Tao Te Ching is for real, for sure. But the legend around Lao Tzu is he was a keeper of records for like the ruling dynasty of China around 500 BCE, and his name, like the name Lao Tzu, translates literally to the old master. So I mean, there's like a lot about it. It's like, all right, I'm a mythicist. I don't believe in Jesus, and I tend
Mhm.
not to believe in Lao Tzu, but it doesn't really matter because the legend is the legend, and the book is the book. But he was considered to be like a prominent scholar of his time, and he grew weary with like the corruption of the rulers, and decided that, like, I'm no longer going to serve these people. So he gives up all of his prestige. He gives up his fortune, his position as keeper of the records, and he's like, I'm gonna walk to the mountains, and I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna live for the rest of my life in the mountains and have nothing. But just as he was about to reach the mountains, reach the border of China, he was stopped by an old guard who recognized the old master, and once the master informed the guard that he was leaving China forever, the guard would not let him pass until he bestowed upon the guard some of his great knowledge. Lao
Mhm.
Tzu agrees, and on the spot wrote down, like right there, supposedly wrote down
The
a
Tao Te
brief,
Ching.
yeah, the
Yeah.
Tao Te Ching, a brief summary
Mhm.
of his knowledge, right? 5,000 Chinese characters, and supposedly he went into the mountains and he was never seen again. So, and we don't know if that's true, but we know we got the Tao Te Ching.
Mhm. So I mean, in stories like that, a lot of Eastern philosophy stories are told as either legends or they're told
Yep.
as riddles. And it comes to mind like the koans in Zen, exploring those as riddles or jokes. I wonder if
Mhm.
that story in of itself is something along those lines, like if it's a riddle to untangle.
Yeah, and that's also, I mean, that's pretty much how all of the Taoists, or not all of, I mean, you know, uh,
Mhm.
so Lao Tzu was a bit more serious than Zhuangzi. Like
Mhm.
Zhuangzi, who is one of the like prominent writers. He probably wrote the second best book of Tao.
Mhm.
He really incorporated comedy into his philosophy. So that's what he was known for, and he was known for really being on the path of Wu Wei. So like he
Mhm.
took it to a different level than Lao Tzu did previously.
Mm. I've read that Taoism was kind of an answer to Confucianism, and you touched on that as well. But for a long time, Confucianism wasn't really like the duties of a religious nature, but more of like a social nature, like kind of
Mm,
a social contract. And that would be lived. Confucianist, teachings would be lived for the first 2/3 of a human's life, and then for the final third, one would be expected to fall into, if you were a man especially, more along the lines of the like a spiritual journey for the last third of
mm,
your life, the Tao, the yeah, getting ready to basically move on, is how I interpreted
mm.
that. Yeah, so it's a sort of like moving on, I guess, that turned into a whole thing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and the Tao kind of it was like a direct response really to the Confucianist, because I mean Confucianism is probably the greatest philosophy that ever came out of China. Confucius is considered probably the greatest Chinese philosopher of all time. But and he had his own rival, like his name was like Malto or something like that, something similar to that. I might not have it exactly right, and they were kind of like battling with each other. And Lao Tzu comes along, and his response is pretty much like it's just um Confucius, you have your Tao, and Malto, you have your Tao, and they use Tao in a very different way. Tao literally meant like path, right? Like so it could be a path through the garden. It could be a road.
Mhm.
It could be a path that you're taking through your life.
Mhm.
The path to try to find the chi of the universe. But what Lao Tzu did with Dao De Ching is he took that reference to what the Tao was, and he kind of flipped it totally on its head, and he pretty much incorporated chi, which is the energy of the universe, into this much broader aspect of a universe connected in the now. And it's not so
Mhm.
much about like past lives or trying to get to nirvana where you're no longer living again. It's all about being connected with everything and living in the moment, spontaneity. A lot of Taoists are anarchists. They don't believe in government.
Mm. Would you say that you're an anarchist?
No, I'm definitely a socialist. I'm trying to kind of rein back some of my more extreme, what would be considered extreme beliefs. And I've always, I'm a market socialist, so it's not quite so extreme. It's not like I'm a Stalinist or nothing. But I've considered it. Like, I don't think I could go that far. But what they say is they pretty much say, and it's kind of like a libertarian argument, is that human beings govern themselves for hundreds of thousands of years, million years. I don't know. Who knows? But um, and that inherently we have it in ourselves to govern ourselves. We don't really need a government to govern us.
Mhm.
So if you're walking the path of Wu Wei, you're living in spontaneity, and it's not going to really matter what a government dictates to you if you're just walking the path of the universe.
Mhm. But I mean, is that not already what is going on right now?
Kind of. Well, and that's what like when I'm reading these philosophies, I do think a lot of it, like you could really apply a lot of it to the way people live their lives, or the lack of actually living and being distracted through most of our lives. But yeah, I think that a lot of it still goes on now.
I don't think it does. I think everything is as it is. I don't think there could have been any other way that it could have been.
Would any other way? What could have been?
Everything is right now. The state of the world, us talking
Mm.
together.
But I definitely
Yeah.
think so. Like, if you
Mhm.
consider a world without religious influence, right? So you didn't have,
Mhm.
especially here in the West, you didn't have religion, dogma religion that has institutionalized power behind it. And we're talking pretty much, like not just the Catholic Church. At first it would have been the Catholic Church and the institution that built from that, but then it would have been the Protestant Church in England, and the institution that built from that and spread into the New World. If you take away that dogmatic power and the war that was waged against science for 200 years, that one principality, then I think we have a completely different world now.
Hmm. I don't think it's ever been necessarily like religion itself. I think,
I don't think it's
yeah,
religion's the only thing, but I
for
think
sure.
religion,
Mhm.
especially if you consider the Dark Ages, the Middle Ages. um, the Catholic Church waged its war against the religious thinkers of several different generations. Some of the greatest thinkers of several different generations were either tortured, uh, killed, or forced to convert and then kind of hide themselves and hide some of
Mhm.
the science that they were doing. So I think it's definitely gotten better. Like the Catholic Church now, they have their own one of the greatest observatories in the world. They,
Mhm.
and they've changed a lot of their philosophies, but definitely like throughout history, their influence slowed down science. I think science would be a lot more advanced if not for dogmatic religion, and not just Christianity. I mean, the same can be said for the Arab
Mhm.
world, and you look at the dogmatic religion there, and how these theocracies have really, although a lot of things have advanced into the modern age, at least in urban areas. um, at the same time, they have these really archaic and sometimes barbaric practices. So they are still considerably farther behind because their
Mhm.
religion kind of held them back even more. Christianity adapted a lot better with the times than, say, Islam
Mhm.
or maybe even Hinduism.
Like I said, I would agree that religion can definitely be used as a tool, but I would disagree that science has been hampered during the Dark Ages, because of two reasons. One, because it was definitely a hot time for innovation in the world of medieval torture devices. Okay, we
For
saw,
sure, for sure.
and the printing press, right? To
Well, we
print the
definitely
Bible, of
had
course.
yeah, we definitely had our advances, but
Mhm.
imagine
Wait, hold
I
on. Let me interrupt you there for a second. Do you believe that science is a morally good thing?
I think science is a morally non thing, right? So
Mhm.
like I think science is ever changing, and I don't think anybody should fall prey to like seeing it as an absolute truth, because that kind of goes against the very nature and essence of what science is
Right.
supposed to be.
So I would argue that religion, especially Western religions, and science are aligned to seeking truth, right? If you look at the way Jews and Christians and Muslims argue, it's very categorical, very like intellectual, whereas on the other side of things, Eastern philosophies are more intuitive. Religion, I would say, and science on the Western front are both truth seeking. So if one hampers the other, where in essence is the wrongness or the rightness, like the inherent wrongness
Well,
or rightness?
it's funny because you said
Mhm.
like kind of Western religions argue more intellectually, right? So it was funny because I was just watching this bishop of the Catholic Church. I was researching Nicholas Black Elk, who was a Lakota medicine man, and also he was a catechist for the Catholic Church later in his life. And the the bishop was talking about how there seems to be an issue in all aspects of Christianity, not just Catholicism, but all across the face of Christianity. It's getting harder and harder to argue the Christian message to the younger generations, and it's because of what he claims to be a lack of catechists, a lack of people with the ability to um, argue these religious arguments intellectually. It was specifically how he put it. In fact, like I think a lot of the Eastern philosophies to be on a higher intellectual level than I found with
Mhm.
Western dogmatic religion.
Mhm. Well, I would say intellectual as in sort of left brain thinking. If I were to categorize them, I would say Eastern philosophy is more wise in the
Mhm.
way that it connects information, but
I would agree.
yeah. Um, yeah.
I do
No,
admit
but
I'm like
we
naturally
don't
biased
really.
against Abrahamics, so
Oh, I feel you, man. I do have that bias too, and we don't really see any evangelizing on the Eastern side, so
no.
it's no wonder why it never really grew in popularity because we don't have mega churches
Well,
begging their constituency to spread the good word about Jesus.
I would argue that it grew fairly big. So when we're talking like Buddhism,
Hmm.
and Tao would fall under the umbrella of Buddhism. It's the fourth largest religion in the world, roughly over 250 uh, I think it was like 550 million followers, something like that. So it's rather large. It's not a
Mhm.
dogmatic religion. So
Right.
the religion wasn't spread either through either through argument or proselytizing or with the sword, right? Like they weren't going around. I mean, I'm sure that Buddhist nations war with each other just like any other nations, but like they weren't trying to spread the religion with the point of a sword or through much proselytizing. Like you said, there's really not any proselytizing at all.
Yeah.
If you understand the philosophy and you decide you're a Buddhist, you just say, "Hey, I'm a Buddhist." That's
So
how that's.
let me ask you this though. Should what should the main governing body of because even though people can self-govern, people
Mhm.
also tend to group themselves and identify leaders within their communities, right? Like it
Mhm.
happens here in my neighborhood all the time when somebody
Yeah.
graffitis like one of the walls or the fences. One specific person gets called to do the job to fix it because he's kind of the neighborhood watchdog, right? I'm wondering, if we were to implement a system such as yours, like a socialist system, what moral basis would we act on? Like just what inherently comes to us, like spontaneously as people, or would there
So
be like some sort of
when
hard
when I
law set,
when I say I'm a market socialist, what do you think that means?
like economy wise?
Hmm.
Oh, I thought you said you were a market socialist. Like I'm very socialist.
Oh no, no, like or like a Marxist or something. No, no,
Oh yeah.
a market socialist. So I'm a market socialist. So I'm not for like replacing a democratic government with a socialist government. I'm for freedom in the workplace, right? Like I think workplaces are basically just oligarchies, and we claim to live in a country that's free, and yet for most of our days, every day of the week, we go to a place where we are not free. We give away our freedom for a paycheck. I want to
Mhm.
change that. I want to bring socialism to the workforce, and I would like to incorporate a little bit of socialism just into social programs, but we've already done that for 100 years.
Mhm. But socialism is part of the whole gay agenda, though.
Yeah, you don't want to
Well,
work anymore? The fuck?
socialism is just a philosophy like anything else.
Who's gonna
That's
who?
all it is.
How's anything gonna get done if
Socialism
nobody works?
in socialism, you still work.
How's it gonna work if nobody's working?
You still work. I mean, socialism doesn't mean you don't work.
What if you
What
don't
does
want to work?
Then I don't know. You're probably not going to benefit from society very much.
Mm. I think socialism belongs in one place, not here in America, just in our military.
It's because people don't understand what it is. So when I say
Mhm.
socialist, you see Karl Marx maybe, but more than likely you see Stalin,
Mm.
evil Stalin, and
Yeah.
and Stalin wasn't. I mean, Stalin betrayed even like all the tenets of even communism or socialism. Stalin was a Stalinist. And that's a completely different philosophy. Socialism is a philosophy created by Karl Marx, and it's pretty much just recognizing the obvious flaws with capitalism and saying this could be the next possible step.
Do you feel like religion, in the context of capitalism, evolved the way that it did because of capitalism?
No, I think capitalism really took hold the way it did because of the Industrial Revolution.
Hmm.
A lot of people got really, really rich, really, really fast. And so, I mean, capitalism was never really given a chance to breathe like as a true thing, which it never was gonna be a true thing anyway. If you consider capitalism, although starting over in Europe, well before America ever was a thing, was really kind of became this world force here in America during the Industrial Revolution and then later during World War II. And a lot of people got rich, and crony capitalism, or this system to keep rich rich and poor poor,
Hmm.
was created. And socialism is a response to that.
Hmm.
And the longer you keep the poor rich, history shows you, call it socialism, call it whatever you will, these these economic philosophies, while they have progressed, the longer you keep the majority down, the majority always it goes to blood.
So how would you like identify things like property then?
See, so when I say socialist again, I'm not a Marxist. Leo Filius would be somebody that would really go into property
Mhm.
with you.
Mhm.
Like I wouldn't change much about America. Like my philosophy is market socialism. I want to bring freedom to the workplace.
Rage, what should we call you from now on? Like, do we still call you Rage or Knock, or like do we call you Reason?
People
'Cause
still
I'm
call
still
me. People are going to call me Rage forever.
call you Rage.
I go by Knock.
Mhm.
That's just Nakasuchi is my Native American name.
Mhm.
I tried to use it when I first started YouTube to kind of protect my identity, but that got all blew up. So I don't know. Like my real people know my real name, my real identity. Like uh, I message Taylor under my real name,
There you
but
go.
it's I go by Knock here.
Okay. I'm just gonna call you
Yeah,
Knock,
I
or
know his
maybe
real
Rage
name.
if that's right. Is
Hmm.
is his real name Reason?
Nah,
Raisin.
Roddy.
Okay. So I mean, like, well, I'm
Ronnie
still
Reason.
wondering, like, with socialism, can you
Ronnie
go to
Reason.
restaurants and
You got
stuff?
it.
Like, or Ronnie Reason?
Ronnie
Yo,
Reason.
Ronnie.
Well,
Don't not.
I mean, do you think you can go to restaurants in most of the Scandinavian countries? They have a fairly progressive form of socialism going on. They're some of the happiest people in the world. They have restaurants. Socialism isn't the scary thing. We have a reaction to socialism here in America because my generation before me, we grew up in the Red Scare. So we were American culture has been filled with anti-Russian propaganda for a very long time, and for very good reason. Russia wasn't communist. They tried to start socialist, but again, humans are corruptible. If you have a sense of self, if you have a sense of identity or ego, and you start to get some power, you start to see yourself above others. Human beings are corrupt, and then pretty much any form of government is going to become corrupt. The idea of communism is just that we are all here and we all live and we're all common, right? Like and there's really, it's this euphoric, like this utopia idea. What you saw in communist Russia, that wasn't communism, that was authoritarian dictatorship.
It was.
See,
Man,
all of
okay.
this is
I
just
just
a
gotta wonder,
philosophy,
man.
right?
Did you like get your were you inspired by like cracking open a fortune cookie, like, and you found like your magic quote, and you're like, man, I'm gonna be a Taoist now. Got the
Well,
chopsticks.
no, so I came close to claiming myself a Buddhist, but then I was like, I just can't go there. I don't want to really I don't want to prescribe myself to any dogma, right? Like, so I don't want to have to do X to get to X, right? But I when it comes to philosophy, I think philosophies can be very helpful. I first came to the philosophy when I was really, really young. When I first left Christianity, I was looking for other shit. I started studying Zen. I started studying Tao. I started studying Buddhism. Consider myself a Buddhist and a Taoist, both in my early 20s. But like, I wasn't really into it. I was just trying to get laid, So it's like a
What?
different thing.
Yeah, he's
I mean,
honest.
chicks thought it was hot back then, dude. Like, weird, dude. Like, I'm a Christian and that's naughty, So, I didn't really take it seriously. I don't know what got me interested in it again. I think I was reading the Tao of Te Ching, and I just started reading some of the old philosophies I used to read. I think I listened to the Tao of Pooh, cleaning the apartment one day, and then I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna start looking at this again, see if I can apply it to my life. And and it helped. Like it really helped. I mean, therapy helped as well. But like like just taking a moment, start meditating, listening to myself, applying some of these philosophies, I could really take a step back and say, hey, I don't really have to be a dick about everything. I can just kind of live in the moment, accept everything as it happens, and not be like this dictator of thought, like you bad, me good, because me this and you that. The Zhuangzi,
That's all part of the Tao, though.
yeah, oh yeah, Zhuangzi said, let me find it. Zhuangzi said, this is also that.
Mhm.
That is also this. That posits a this and a that, a right and a wrong of its own. But this also posits a this and a that, a right and a wrong of its own.
Mhm.
So is there really any that versus this? When this and that, right and wrong, are no longer coupled as opposite, that is called the Tao of axis, the axis of all courses.
Mhm.
You're having a philosophical argument over this and that,
This and that and
Th-
this.
whether this
Yep.
exists and that exists.
No,
No,
whether this is right or that is wrong.
you have a this. You Taylor have a this. I have a that. You have a capitalism. I have a socialism. You have to get beyond that and just say, hey man, let the universe happen.
There's also a word that's tatata in Sanskrit, which is the suchness of this, of life, of existence, right? Tatata, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is where we get very
No, but
loosely our word that,
no,
tatata.
the word this and that. It's like
This and that.
if it's
What
this.
about the other thing?
No, but it's this, right? I have it in my head. I'm not gonna say that because that
This
would
is
indicate
that.
that it's not. I have this and that is something over there. Right? That's
So
why those words are different.
what is
'Cause I'm in
talking about?
possession. This is a possessive word. This thing. This thing. I'm not gonna say that fucking thing, right? And have it in my hand.
What it's talking about is what I'm pointing at in my picture there. It's talking about the yin and the yang. It's talking about the eternal opposite,
This
and
and
the
that are not opposites.
flow of the universe. See, the universe is above all of that, right? Like, um, the universe just happens, right? Human beings, we place emphasis on things. Zhuangzi also, in his book, the book is called Zhuangzi, and it's by Zhuangzi. We don't know if he really existed either, but it's brilliant. He says, in response to like his followers, they ask him like, why don't you still mourn over your wife's death? And he's like, you're wrong. When she first died, do you think I didn't grieve like anyone else? But I look back at her beginning and the time before she was born. Not only the time before she was born, but the time before she had a body. Not only the time before she had a body, but the time before she had a spirit. In the midst of the jumble of wonder and mystery, a change took place and she had a spirit. Another change and she had a body. Another change and she was born. Now there's been another change and she's dead. It's just like the progression of the four seasons: spring, summer, fall, and winter. It's all natural. It's all part of the Tao. It's just the way of the universe.
So why not stay an atheist? Like a raging atheist. If that's also part of the Tao.
Well, I'd lost my rage for a long time ago. The
Mm.
channel itself, I've been considering moving channels for a long time. My channel been demonetized. It got crazy. But like when it comes to like the proposition of what the raging atheist stood for, the claim that it is not possible for a God to exist, and that's literally the claim that I was making. I don't think I can say that anymore.
Mm. But why not pretend to be one for the lulz?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just not in me. I could have been a grifter, try to be a grifter.
Mhm.
Try. People you often do the easy thing, and that wouldn't be walking any true path, right? Like, you know, um, y- if you're not true to yourself and what you truly think, if you can't be honest, if you're going to allow a bubble to kind of push you into a frame of thought that then becomes a hive mind, and you're not even really you're not thinking your own thoughts anymore, but only regurgitating what you think the next person, uh the person next to you, wants you to regurgitate, then
Hmm.
you're not living a free life. You're a prisoner. You're just not in prison.
So,
And I
so
don't want to be a prisoner ever again.
me working for my meat is a prison.
It depends on how you look at it. What I'm talking about is if you're not living in your truth, but hiding your truth so you can please the realities of others, you're living in a prison.
It's just like some like you're a socialist. So like the fact that I get up and have to go work for money, right, and come home. How's that different from me
I
like going out and hunting for food?
I get up and I go work for money.
What do
Like
you
in
do?
nature, what's the problem? Like if you have to get, why doesn't like nature accommodate socialism? Why doesn't nature like allocate food for everything?
What do you mean by that?
Like why doesn't nature have a bread line? Why do you have to go out and hunt animals and
I
kill them?
mean, well, I mean, nature kind of does though. I mean, things eat, right?
Yeah, but they go out and kill animals. They have to work. They have to kill another animal.
Yeah.
Nature's
What
capitalist.
what part of market socialism involves not working?
Well, then they gotta work for the collective.
For what collective?
For that's what
There,
socialism is.
there's
The
no
collective.
there's no socialist government where money is going to. The government hasn't seized the means of production. I'm a market socialist. I just want freedom in the workplace. I want to be able to go to work and be me. I don't want to have to be um, whatever the CEO or the supervisor or the boss thinks they want me to be.
So would there be a minimum wage then?
I don't think we need a minimum wage, but I mean,
Would there be money? Would
the
there
only
be
reason
money at all?
the
Money?
only reason you need a minimum wage is because rich people are shit and
Hmm.
they'll pay people too low. But I mean, yeah, nothing would change. Nothing changes in market socialism.
I feel like everything would change though, right? Like what exactly
The
would
the
change? Like
the
you
the
just
the only thing that changes is that you go to a job that you're not an employee. You're part of the corporation. You're truly part of it. You truly have input on
Mhm.
every level, right? And I don't know. There's different co-op models. There's different that are successful. And like I said, we already implement quote unquote socialism into some of our social programs. It's not like it would be a giant leap to a market socialism format here in America. It's just looking at how America is set up for a certain class of people to continue to get ahead, and it's set up to keep a three-fourths of the people in a chokehold. If socialism isn't the answer to that, pose another answer. But right now,
Mhm.
what's happening right now is over half the country doesn't have $500 in their bank account. That's what's truly happening. They don't
Mhm.
know. I mean, a lot of people are stubborn. They don't want to get food stamps, so they have a really hard time putting food on their table. That's what's happening. And then you have people that have way too much.
So how would you like prevent people that are not qualified from doing their jobs from just going out and like working at
Hmm?
a place? Like if somebody is unqualified to do something.
Well, you would still have like engineers and schooling and all of that.
Yeah. Mhm.
Like it's not like every job pays the same, right? It's all about stake and responsibility, and what you put into something is you're going to get an equal share pulling it out. Under
Mhm.
capitalism, there is no equal share. There is none. All the profits go to the top.
Right.
I mean, there's no denying that.
Mhm. So like would companies be able to vet their employees then under that
Oh,
system?
yeah, without a doubt.
Mhm. Just be
Without
like,
you,
yeah, you can work here.
you still have an owner, you still have a president. They would definitely be making probably the largest percentage, but it's not going to be 90-20. It's going to
Mhm.
be a lot more even. And there are plenty of really rich, successful business owners in this country that run systems like these. Costco, they're very successful. Their
Mhm.
owners make a lot of money, live a very, very comfortable life. And guess what? Their workers are happy and they don't have a turnover. And their
And
workers,
Winco is also like that, but I've also noticed that Winco and Costco hardly ever have employees. Like at every Costco and Winco I've ever been to,
I've never been to
there's
one.
like there's like hardly anyone ever there. There's
Yeah,
like two
I don't think we
cashiers for
even.
every like
I'm
10
not even
cash
sure if we have
registers.
have either one of them here.
Mm.
But there's, I mean, there's just plenty of models.
Yeah.
I slaved for a factory for about 6 years of my life, right? Like we worked 80 hours a week. It was a Japanese company, Denzo, right here in Battle
Is
Creek.
that where you got the Taoism? Did the Japanese guy talk to you?
Nah,
And in
no,
fact, ah.
no. When they would come over, the executive Japanese folks would come over, but
Mhm.
they didn't speak no English. They had phones that spoke English for them.
So you didn't encounter your own Lao Tzu, and
No.
he didn't write down his wisdom for you in his smartphone.
No, I'm just uh, got interested in all types of philosophy.
Hmm.
I've been studying it pretty hardcore for about a year and a half, maybe. Khalil Allah trapped me in a room one night on some philosophy and got me saying some shit like, "There ain't no philosophy in the ghetto. Fuck philosophy." So ever since that moment, I've been hardcore into all types of philosophy. I've been revisiting Marx philosophy. I've
Hmm.
been looking at these Eastern philosophies. I've read pretty much all of the classics, your Aristotle's, your Socrates, your Plato. you
Hmm.
know, I've read them all at this point. I've been studying for a while.
So I gotta ask you this:
I'm
do
getting
you
into
think
more
that
modern philosophies now.
yeah, do you think that Taoism or Buddhism or Zen are really appropriate things for people to adopt into their lives, like if they're not ready for it?
I think, well,
Or is it something that you voluntarily go into to
it's something you definitely
reap the most
voluntarily.
benefit? Yeah.
It's something you would voluntarily go into. Now, I mean, when it comes to Taoism, there's some really kooky religious aspects. So there's two different types of quote unquote Taoism. There's philosophical Taoism and there's religious Taoism. The religious Taoism, they think Lao Tzu is a god. They literally think he became a god. They think that there's this like path to immortality, and no, I don't subscribe to any of that. I think any of these philosophies can be, looked at, taken some aspects, just like I say about like Christianity. One of my major issues with Christianity is Christians take it so literally instead of just taking the good and leaving the bad.
Well, I mean, that would be cherry picking, though, wouldn't it?
Well,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
we should cherry pick when we're looking at very ancient text and codexes and ways of life.
Mm.
You don't want to live by the book when, I mean, they lived quite differently than we did. If you're talking about the beginning of Judaism, you're what, talking 4,000 years ago, possibly at the very most. But when you're talking about these Eastern philosophies, even those, like, they we're talking about a time period, 400 500 BCE, fourth or fifth century BCE, so 400 or 500 years before Jesus. They lived a very different way 200 years ago than we
Mhm.
live today. I'm not going to take everything from it. Hell no, I'm definitely not. I'm going to be very skeptical, and I'm going to take what I think could apply to me and make me a better person.
Mhm.
Deep meditation, walking a specific path, which, like trying to get healthy. um I'm 45 years old. I'm at that period in my life where I have to seriously think about these things. When we're young, we think we're immortal. Some people are smart and they stay healthy when they're young. I never really had to. I just kind of stayed thin. I became 43 and I got fat and I got sick. So it's like, it's just, for me, I'm trying to find anything that's going to be a better way of thinking and not be stuck in the same place.
I feel you. Getting old sucks, but
Yeah, it does, man.
socialism isn't the answer.
Well, I mean, so it's kind of like, why I've kind of reversed
Think
positions
about
as the
all you've
raging
worked for.
atheist. You know, um, how can I say a God doesn't exist when I don't know all I can know about every possible version of God there is, right? Or when I haven't considered all the possibilities. And guess what? There's never any way that me as a human being in the short lifespan that I have will ever be able to consider all the possibilities of all the gods that could possibly exist. So it's like I said, if I don't know about something, I'm not going to make definitive statements about it. I would suggest just looking at the philosophy of socialism. It gets real deep. There's different versions, but I wouldn't demonize something just because it has a name. I'd look at the philosophy and see if it might be something that interested you.
Would you say you have faith in the Tao?
No, I don't believe in faith.
Hmm.
I think the Tao is what the Lakota talked about when they talked about
Spirit?
I think it's called Waku Wakan Skan. It's called the perpetual motion or the great motion, and
Mhm.
it's pretty much just like the Tao. It's the universe is all connected. We are all connected. We're all connected through the stardust we're made of. We're connected to the universe and the Big Bang and everything that is in this universe. It's all connected, and it's all connected to this perpetual motion. That's what the Lakota think. And if you look at it, it's very close to the Tao philosophy.
Mm-hmm. So what is really happening though then? I want to know your answer to this. When you and I are speaking to each other, what is happening?
I think we're having reflections of self. So I'm giving you my version of my ego, and you're giving me your version of your ego.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so I think that's why people often talk past each other. We live in our own universes. So we're here, the way I look at things, when we're here in this room, we have three people. We have three entire universes in this room colliding with each other right now. Sometimes that collision is a very positive thing. Sometimes it's the opposite of that. It's the yin and the yang.
Mm. I feel like it's more, I would interpret it as it being more three facets of the same universe. Um, I don't know. What do you think about that? That sounds like kind of cliche.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about your perception, I guess. When so self, I guess it doesn't necessarily have to be like a Taoist concept. People often have recently asked me anyway, how can you be Buddhist and Taoist? And I'm like, yeah, they're y'all kind of blend together. You better say like it's easier to say how can you be a Taoist and a Confucianist, right? Than like Buddhist or Taoist, but like people don't understand it because they don't have the knowledge of it, just like I did before I had the knowledge of it. And yeah, so like in Taoism, you don't necessarily have to have this sense of self, but once you get into Buddhism and you start realizing what self and ego is, and I don't think that I necessarily subscribe to the notion, because it kind of is the implication that self is the great enemy of Buddhism, right? Like self is the quote unquote Satan of Buddhism, and it's what you're trying to overcome. I would never want to lose my uniqueness. Like one of the turnoffs of that philosophy as you go down that rabbit hole is what it eventually is promoting is if everybody were to walk this eightfold path to find the path of enlightenment, then what we would have would be no uniqueness at all, just a hive mind. Everybody would be the same. And if that's true, which I don't necessarily think it would be, it sounds very boring. I wouldn't want that.
I have a you know what a Socratic irony is?
Uh, I'm not going to say that I do. I don't know the specific definition.
Well, a
No.
Socratic irony, it comes from Socrates. He was talking to a guy about, well, is it holy to please the gods, or is it right, or
Mm.
the gods pleased at your holiness? And he said, no, it's holy to please the gods. And he's like, all right, so to bend to the will of the gods. And he said, yeah, I do everything that the gods would want me to do, or I try at least. He said, well, don't your gods quarrel amongst each other? And that's a Socratic irony.
Mm-hmm.
So when I read, right, you got a Tao, right, your Taoism, you open the Tao Te Ching, and the first thing says that the Tao that can be named is not the eternal Tao. And
Mm-hmm.
he's writing a whole book about Taoism.
Yeah, so essentially he's
So in the
admitting
first
that.
sentence, like the first sentence is a Socratic
Well,
irony.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the point of the Tao, though. So um, when it says a true Tao cannot be named, or if you name the Tao, it's not the true name, or if you speak the Tao, you're not speaking the true Tao. It means that the Tao is undescribable, right? So when you say God, when you say Yahweh, you are putting a name to the Tao. And so you're giving your description of what the Tao is, but the Tao is undescribable. So when you give a name, it's not the right name. You could be on the right path, but
That's
it's
why
not
it's
the right name.
that's
You
why
know
it's a
what?
Socratic irony. 'Cause
Honestly, no,
it,
I think what Lao Tzu did is he really had to take a shit. So he just scribbled some nonsense on some paper, gave it to the guy. The
No, I
guy
don't think so. It makes sense
expanded
to
on it
me.
a little bit. He expanded on it a little bit. He was like, "Man, this sounds fucking
It, ma-
dope, man. I could make a whole religion out of this."
it makes sense to me. It's an explanation on why we have so many different gods, so many different versions of gods. Like we have so many different versions of just what Yahweh is, and then there's so many different real like versions of what Jesus is. And
Mm.
like we have so many different versions and so many different gods, and we have whole pantheons of different of lore and myth and legend, right? And I think that what he's saying there perfectly describes that. All of these people have been trying to describe the great mysteries of the universe, and they've tried to put a face to it. It's just not the complete accurate face, because that is incomprehensible. You cannot get there. You are merely a human being. You're relegated to this existence here. You have very limited information.
If that's what you identify as, but I got
Yeah.
different pronouns
'cause
myself.
if you
I don't
open the
identify as a
Bible,
human.
if you open the Bible and the first sentence of the Bible is that God cannot be described in a book, and then the book continues on like as if it just doesn't care what it fucking said in the first sentence.
Well, yeah, it's all an expression of self, man.
So when the Tao that can be named is not an eternal name or eternal Tao, right?
No.
So you
The
can't
Tao is
name
not
the
even
Tao.
the Tao is not even called the Tao. It's just what they called it.
The Tao that can be named
So
is not the eternal Tao.
so is it as
It's not
correct to
real.
name the Tao God as it is to name it the Tao?
Yes. In my opinion. Taoists might disagree with me, but in my opinion, based on the philosophy and how I've interpreted it, yeah, I think it's all a reflection of the great mystery of the universe. That knowledge that's just beyond us that we can't quite understand.
So Christians were right all along and you had nothing to rage against, man. That must be really frustrating.
No,
They're speaking the same language, right? They're
no,
just using different words.
no. So you can put a face to it, right? But then the moment you start placing dogma, placing strictures, and dominance on a society,
But
um,
I'm talking about Christianity itself, like
yeah, oh yeah,
what's in
without a
the
doubt.
Bible.
So
Yeah,
am
that's
I.
very non-dualistic what Jesus was teaching. He just didn't call it the Tao.
Well, it depends on how you look at it. It could be, I could see it probably quite differently than how you could see it.
Hmm. So Jesus
I,
said
I, I could,
something. He
I
said
could.
something along the lines of "Let man not separate that which God hath made whole."
Hmm.
So in the Tao, right, everything is made whole. Everything is, there's no separation. Every time we sin or we separate ourselves from God, we experience that illusion of separation, right? And that's what sin is, right? Every time we, do something adulterous or we got to go take a shit in the mountains and we don't want to like fucking talk to this guy who's harassing us for some wisdom, so we scribble some shit on a leaf and leave. Like it's all part of the same thing. Like Christians were right in their own way the entire time. They just didn't understand it the same way that you do.
Well, I mean, I guess by that concept, you could say it's right. It all depends on your individual path. So if you're
Because
gonna,
this is that and that is this. And this posits a right
mm,
and a wrong. And that
probably
posits a right and a wrong. Yeah.
could
So
be,
like
yeah.
the Christians were right all along, man.
Depends on what your conception of right is. But I mean, as a Christian, of course, you would think that that would be yourself. That would be your identity telling you that.
I'm not a Christian though.
If you're whatever you are.
No, I'm just pooping on you here a little bit. I had a lot of anger myself as a kid. as a teenager, I should say, and then turned to Satanism and then militant atheism. And then somewhere in my 20s, I was like, fuck this, man. I spend way too much time being angry. It's giving me constipation.
Hmm.
And here I am now.
It's pretty much where I'm at.
So as far as like where your channel is going, like how do you like what is your direction? Like what is your vision?
I don't know. I'm just going with the flow. Wu Wei.
Fuck yeah, man. You should go back to being rage.
I,
Just be
I,
just be a raging Buddhist. That'd be
nah,
hella funny. Yeah, dude.
uh, it bored me, and I didn't enjoy it anymore, and it made me toxic and mentally ill.
Mm. I don't know anything about toxicity.
Look at my channel, my old one.
Oh yeah, dude, for sure.
My new channel, I haven't really, my new channel, I do what I feel like in the moment. The last couple of days, it's been like 5 hours a day of playing video games.
Nice.
It's
Well-
not like I don't care about building it. I don't care about like having this huge channel. Like I'm just gonna do what I kind of feel like doing in the moment.
Hell yeah, man. Taylor,
Try
can
not
I
to-
hand it? Can I
I
hand
don't
it
want
over
to
to
cuss
you
as
real
much.
quick? Oh yeah.
I'm trying not
I'm gonna-
to cuss as much.
I'm gonna hand it over to you. I gotta go take a break real quick. I gotta stand up and stretch, do all that stuff.
Yeah, we know what's going on. That's not. We all know what it is. She's going to do.
I'm not.
Yeah, right.
I was just gonna say, I'm not like a Buddhist or a Taoist, right?
You're neither.
I just like I'm not sure if that was because it's kind of I keep kind of getting described as like a Taoist.
Did you know girls
I
pooped?
just I poop too.
You're muted.
Am I muted?
Not anymore.
Okay. So yeah, girls poop. That messed me up when I found that out too.
Caught me the fuck off guard.
I know, right?
We know
Doesn't
girls
bother me.
definitely poop. We know
Hu-
that.
humans
That's a
poop.
fucking fact. Around here, it's a regular occurrence.
We used to throw our poop at each other a long time ago.
I
That's
feel like we
atheism.
still should. That's part of spontaneity. That's also the Tao.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely some issues with the philosophy for sure. If you,
Well,
I
there-
mean,
there's
there,
no-
there's
there
there's
would be no
issues with
issue.
any philosophy. You kind of have to break them down.
There's no
like if
issues with that. That's not an issue.
sure, living in spontaneity, I think is definitely an issue.
Why would it be an issue?
It suggests impulsiveness, and the philosophy also suggests a sense of nihilism that I couldn't subscribe to.
But that is what it eventually entails. Like all atheistic pathways, like Zen, Taoism, atheism, they all
so
entail
I
nihilism.
love it when people like
Mhm.
atheism isn't this thing, right? Like I love it when people try to entail like atheism is like you must be a nihilist, like no, you don't have to be a nihilist. A lot of atheists, a lot of people that don't believe in any god, using the colloquial term here, a lot of them don't think about it. They don't think about it at all.
Well, there
Most
are
of them.
also atheists that believe that there is objective morality without any sort of
Yeah, I mean,
You know,
atheists are this really broad range of human beings.
Yeah.
You can't really put us in any kind of box.
hmm So I mean, like, I don't feel like impulsivity would be a bad thing, though. Like, why?
Well, I think being too impulsive in anything is a bad thing. again, just go look at my channel, my old channel over the last 4 years. I've been very impulsive, to say the least, and it didn't work for me. I mean, maybe it works for some people, but for me, I like to think things through. Again, the Buddhist would argue that that is me allowing myself to get in my way.
So your wheel was not turning smoothly.
Yeah, pretty much.
Gotcha. But I've always wondered though, like, because I think about that myself, where morality does come from, if not from a social context, because that's where my camp is. That's where I get my morality from, is everybody else around me.
I agree.
Yeah. So is that where you're at too?
Hmm. Well, I think it comes from a number of things. So I
Mhm.
think I think it begins in our immediate parenting. I think we definitely start drawing it from the society that we're in. I think morality is subjective. I think each individual has their own morality. What I see as right, others see as wrong. Um, we try to come together on like as a society to say these actions are um, objectively wrong. Murder, rape, these kind of things. Problem with America is we make 100 million laws for everything, so you know we don't keep it simple. But yeah, I think morality is pretty much subjective to the individual.
Well, it's
You
subjective. It's like, is it
I
like
think it can change.
no, but is it like good to fuck whores in some places and like bad here in the U.S. because people don't think that's moral?
We have laws against it in most states here in the U.S., and we've been demonizing it. I think that there's probably good reasons to demonize it sometimes, especially when you consider STDs. But when I don't know, when you consider all the social dynamics, power dynamics, um, people are human beings. When you consider prostitution as like the oldest profession in the history of the world, it becomes a different conversation. I think it's a conversation people need to have honestly instead of demonizing certain peoples because they're part of this group or that group. See what I did there?
yeah. This is that.
Well,
Nice.
why would it be logical if morality's subjective? Why would it be logical about something like that? It'd be like, no, it doesn't matter if it fucking feels good. It's fucking wrong because it's our right. It's
why
subjective
why is it wrong if it's two consenting adults?
because it's our subjective morality. We've decided that whores should be illegal as
Well,
a
I
collective.
mean, yeah, people made laws. A lot of laws are made. I think a lot of them need to be repealed. I think all drugs need to be legal. That's my opinion.
All
Okay.
drugs?
All drugs.
Hmm.
How can we come to that conclusion that morality is subjective and it's illegal to fuck whores even though it does feel good, right? Which is subjectivity, right? It feels good, therefore it's right. Why is fucking whores
I'm
illegal?
sure. I mean, I'm sure it feels good to kill somebody to a murderer, right? Morality is subjective to the individual.
So it's not illegal to
We come to
it's
we
not
come to
immoral to kill somebody if it
we
feels
come
good.
together as a society and we make laws. Those laws are often trial and error. And just because just because a law is a law doesn't mean you're going to follow said law, right? Like shit, I break the speed limit every day. Every day of my life, I've broken a law.
But
Every single day.
it's objective if murder is wrong, whether it feels good or not. That's an objective morality. That's not a subjective.
I mean, I think we agree now as society that it's wrong. Societies haven't in the past. Probably some societies in the modern day don't really see it as wrong. I don't know. I'd have to look into it. But definitely in the past, consider Christianity a religion based off of human sacrifice.
So, I mean, with a society that's very much heavily influenced by Taoist principles, you would still need a governing body to
Oh yeah,
like
Buddhist countries
institute
do.
these like rules. Yeah, I mean, there's countries that do, but there's no country that suddenly like transitioned from being this to being that.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
well, that actually happens all the time.
Hmm.
There are wars, victors of wars. I mean, there's coup d'etats that almost happened in this country on January
Right.
6th. So I mean that happens all the time. There's
But
this
that
and
that
that.
didn't It
The
didn't
concept
change
of
like the entire like makeup of our economy though. Oh look, Taylor's taking a shit. Let's play the thing. I'm just kidding.
it could have though. I mean, if it had worked, say it had worked and Donald Trump seized power, and let's even say like Donald Trump had a legitimate reason to seize power, right? You know,
Mhm.
wherever you fall on that argument, right? But say he seized power, so you have this rift now. You have two presidents. We are now officially in civil war, right? Like that's going to fundamentally change everything, just like it did in 1872. You know,
Mhm.
it's going to fundamentally change everything about the entire country.
A thought just came to mind, and it's gonna be a little bit spicy, but I wanna get your take on it.
Sure.
As somebody who is leaning non-dualistic, right? Somebody kind of in your camp. There is no statement that you can make about morality without putting on some sort of character, because that statement will always be false.
How is it different for you?
It's no different for me.
That's I guess that could be whatever, yo.
So how does that statement make you feel? Just kidding.
It's like whatever. I mean,
Mhm.
all types of people since I started doing this have been telling me about morality, right? You know, when I was a teenager, I kicked in people's doors. I went in their houses, the area that they're supposed to feel safe, right? They weren't there. They were never there. But I would steal their guns and I would steal their shit, and we'd have fun with it sometimes and just trash the place for no reason, good times, right?
Mhm.
And you know, while I had this sense that I was doing wrong, it didn't really stop me from doing it.
Right.
Over during that period of time, I was a racist, I was a homophobe. I saw the world in a completely different way than I see the world today. Over a process of learning, of growing, of becoming the human being that I am today at 45 years old, as somebody that hasn't committed a crime in over 20 years, um, actually kind of broke that system. Like it's rare when you meet somebody like me that didn't go back to prison, right?
Mm.
And I've continually been able to change, and I can sit here and tell you I have a completely different morality today than I did when I was 20 years old. And I think that that's true of everybody, because our morality grows with us as individuals as we experience this life existence.
Mhm. And it should also be expected to grow with us as a species, for
I mean,
sure.
yeah, and well, I mean, morality is a term. Um, it's a social construct that we've determined. It's part of
It
our
certainly is.
reasoning, right?
Yeah.
It's part of our reasoning. And yeah, I think that, who knows? I mean, maybe that's part of our evolutionary progression is
Mhm.
coming to some kind of common morality, especially now that the world is getting smaller and smaller. We have more and more lines of open communication. If countries could get over their squabbles of human resources and start pooling resources as a world, we could probably achieve so much.
Oh, I want to ask you about the word progression, because I feel like that's a word that comes up a lot. There's this like inherent sense that we as people have that we are climbing towards something, or conversely, we're falling down something.
It's what makes us unique as human beings. It's how
Right.
we became what we are. Is
So
every
are we progressing toward an ideal where everyone is thriving,
I have no idea.
like as far as evolution goes? Like when
I
you
I have no
envision
idea.
progressing or progression.
I think we're progressing either to our end or to our beginning. That's how I look at it. We have the capacity for great destruction. I think that we are true representations of this universe. If you look out into the universe, into that great void of empty space, what we
Mhm.
can see about it, you're going to see a lot of destruction. You're going to see stars dying. You're going to see a lot of love and birth and stars being born. You're going to see
Mhm.
shit that's going to amaze you. And I think if you look at every single human being on this planet, you're going to see shit that amazes you.
I saw something that amazed me today. I saw a guy at the dog park. I took my dog to the dog park, and he came up to me while I was picking up my dog's shit, and he was like, "You picking up somebody else's shit?" And I was like, "No, it's my dog's shit." And he was like, "I come out here and I bring 5 bags so that I can pick up all the shit that people don't pick up." And I said, "Wow, thank you so much for sharing that with me. I'm going to do that as well." And he nodded and walked away. and I picked up 5 bags worth of other people's dog shit that day or today because of that. So that
I've
was my
got
amazing thing.
I've got 5 I've got like 5 bags of amazing weed.
Hey,
And
there you go.
it's amazing. It's Jesse Lee Peterson amazing.
Do you ever meditate while imbibing on the devil's lettuce?
Oh yeah. Not so much, meditation, you really shouldn't need anything for it. But I pretty much never stopped smoking weed, so it's not like I don't I don't toke up right before I start meditating, but I'm still high.
Hmm.
You know,
It's nice to do that.
meditation. Yeah, meditation it's all about going inward. You can
Mhm.
meditate doing a lot of ways. A lot of people like silence. A lot of times when I meditate, I'm beating a drum. I like a rhythm. I focus on the rhythm.
That's very Native American of you.
Yeah, it's a
I
Native
like that.
American drum. It's a
Yeah,
Native
I like
American drum.
Oh, right on.
But I am trying to practice the more traditional, Buddhist, the way you're postured, the way you're supposed to sit. It's not very comfortable to me yet. It's hard. It's for me. It's like hard to meditate like that because I'm just not comfortable. But I'm trying to practice different ways of meditation just to see if I can have different results. There's science behind meditation. Meditation is great, man. I recommend it to everybody.
Yeah,
Slow
I've heard
slow
that one
down.
helpful tip is to stack your spine like bricks.
Yeah.
A
You want to
good
kind of be straight. That's how
Yeah.
they're teaching me.
Mhm.
Is keep that spine straight. And I'm a sloucher, always have been. So
Me too.
it's an adjustment. I'm surprised I don't got like a curved spine or something because I slouch so much. Um,
Yeah, I'd be looking like a cashew sitting down right now. Actually, I should probably like sit properly so I don't wake up sore tomorrow. Where am I? Okay.
so like, do y'all understand like the differences between philosophical Taoism and religious Taoism?
No.
So there's two different forms of Taoism. Now, religious Taoists, I don't know what they think about it, but um, there's philosophical Taoism, and that pretty much just follows the early thinkers of Taoism. And this is where I'd say I'd probably fall into is you can take these old books and you can like look at them pretty much like any other book of philosophy, and like what you're gonna do with anybody's philosophies, you're gonna pretty much take what you like and I don't know. The point is to think about all of it, right? You're going to think about it. And then there's like the religious Taoism. And these are the people that take it to a metaphysical, spiritual, or even to deities. Like I said, some people think Lao Tzu became a god and they associate him with the Hindu god Vishnu, and they have a lot of gods. And I don't subscribe to that cray cray. But I don't subscribe to any gods.
Mhm. Oh, why would that be cray cray though?
Well, it's the way that people lived back then, and a lot of it's carried on till today. And like in the
Mhm.
early stages of Taoism, there wasn't any structured Taoism, there wasn't any religious Taoism. It was just the philosophy of it. So I think philosophical Taoism is like it's like when you talk about Christianity and what Christianity's become and all the different iterations and the evolution through Catholicism into the Protestants, into all these different denominations, and you think about what it started as is probably completely different as what it is today. The same can
Mhm.
be said of the Tao. The Tao started as this philosophical thought experiment, and then it became a religious thing.
Yeah, and I wouldn't discount the different iterations of the fractalization of what is happening with our understanding of, I guess, the inherent nature of the universe. Because, I mean, if you look at like a cauliflower, right? No matter how far you zoom in on the cauliflower, there's like a really special kind of cauliflower that like looks really fractally and awesome. But it doesn't matter how far you zoom in on the cauliflower, whatever floret you zoom into is always going to be part of the cauliflower. That's how I view things like Hinduism and Christianity. They're all florets of the same cauliflower, facets of the same diamond, faces of the same faceless Tao, right? Would you agree with that, or?
What? So it depends. So like, for me, Christianity is
It's not the way for you.
well, no, it's not even to me. It's not even like a true religion. So to me, I'll be honest.
Mhm.
Christianity to me is a cult of Judaism. It started as a cult of Judaism. It remains a cult of Judaism.
Have you ever read the non-dualistic interpretation of Jesus, though?
No.
I think you should. I think
Yeah.
that'll, yeah.
I'll look into it.
It,
But I
yeah,
mean,
you should.
there's so many different ways to look at Jesus. I can sit here, and if you just take the first four gospels, right? I'd have to. I don't know if I have it in this computer. I think it's in my old computer. I'd have to go looking for this shit. But I could. I have. I don't know, 82 passages from the four gospels that I can interpret Jesus Christ as half alien. Yahweh is definitely an alien, and this is one giant alien visitation story. And I can pull passages from the gospels, from the gospel scriptures, and make that
Mhm.
case easily. Easily.
Yeah, there are stories about Lao Tzu and like different philosophers, like Three Kingdoms story level. Like some of their origin stories straight up sound like they came down in a spaceship.
Well, Lao Tzu, not so much.
Yeah, there are stories about Lao Tzu. There are different legends around him that
I'd
like
have to look
illustrate
into
him
that.
as being, yeah, definitely do.
Well, I mean, because the
Mhm.
story that I read is pretty much like the legend of Lao Tzu.
There's more. There's more.
I haven't seen that part.
Maybe I can find it.
But like I can literally like tell you the same thing about Jesus. I'm
About
sure.
Jesus being an alien or what?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Yeah, dude. I believe Jesus
I mean,
is definitely like.
Gabriel comes from the heavens. He fly like Mary literally
Mhm.
sees the dude fly from outer space. Does some kind of advanced procedure on her. She ends up pregnant. Oftentimes there's somebody on a cloud, right? Like there's this one time like Jesus is on this mountain. It's a very special mountain. Same mountain that Satan took Jesus to see all the kingdoms of the world in one
Mhm.
moment, right? Like so he's like advanced technology or whatever. And he's on this mountain, and I think it was Moses and Elijah comes down on a cloud, and Jesus and I think it's two of his apostles that are with him. I can't remember which two step onto this cloud with him, right? And like they're just like describing a flying saucer. I mean, like there's certain passages where like Jesus would be
Better get that hat on. There's a whole 5 head on you.
healing like the whole crowd, and it said and the people would see strange things that day and not speak of what they spoke, and it's like I could easily interpret all that shit as just like some alien visitation story.
I hope Jesus was an alien, man. That would make things much more interesting.
Preacher man,
For
you
sure.
had to turn your fucking camera
I'd
off,
buy it.
man. Preacher man, turn your all right. Come on,
What's
man.
that?
Be
We're
a
all wearing
fucking
we're
man.
all
You
wearing
can't take a
hats.
fucking joke. You can take dicks from Randall, but you can't take a fucking joke about your fucking
Holy shit.
your fucking forehead. God.
You done?
Oh my god. So, Preacher and Knock essentially have the same philosophy. Just there's a
Not even
Jesus
close.
involved.
No. He doesn't even know his ass from a hole in the ground. Listen to him talk.
Hey, he's not raging no more. He's reasoning.
Exactly. A
Yeah,
fucking
he's
double
reasoning. Yeah,
Now you're
heaven forbid.
preaching.
He said exactly. He's reasoning. You can't do that. You're going against the book.
reasoning. He doesn't even know whether he's coming or going.
Use reason. You can't use that with the book. You're going
Hi,
against the
Kababa.
book.
Clip
Missed
between
you.
me and my brother. I want the clip between me and my brother.
Yeah, don't
Or
You
do
will
that,
this-
get
man. I
the
gotta
clip.
record it.
I'm
I gotta
at it.
record it. We got taken down because that one softy. And you
Didn't
better
get
not do
taken
that shit
down.
again. You coming on my
You
stream, you
already
better.
told me why you didn't post it.
Huh?
I know why you really didn't post it, and then you gave me your story why you didn't post it, which I agree. I wouldn't either. That was fucking creepy as shit. This Ronin fuck sounds like a stalker.
Yeah, man. Hey, you don't ever
Yeah.
do that shit. She's not playing your shit no more, man. She's not fucking little fucking smile face. She's toxic
Playing
now.
what?
She's not gonna play that shit no more. You don't use her as a fucking example. She's not
Wait,
your
what?
fucking example. You're not your fucking analogy.
Who? What?
He's talking to Saint Ronan.
Me. I'm sorry. I went off for a bit.
Guy's
I
like
just
a closet rapist. What the fuck?
Yeah, dude, you fucking use her analogy. She's gonna fucking rip you a new one. It's liquid.
That,
She's gonna throw.
that fucked me
Yeah,
up
it's
too.
not. She's not
Katie,
playing
don't
this
kid
week.
yourself. Me and Taylor actually talked about this the other day when he made that weird ass fucking like I'm gonna come visit you and we're gonna do the thing comment, dude. That creeped me the fuck out.
the heck is that?
You
notice
fucking
how that
closet
video got
rapist.
taken down for fucking yeah.
It didn't get taken down. You kept it down allegedly because of that, but I know the real reason.
Kababayan, you hear me?
Oo. Kamusta?
I missed you. How you doing?
Oh,
There you go. Straight into fucking creep
Right
mode.
from the fucking gate.
Yep.
Open a van
Never
door.
trust the center, man. I keep
White
trying to show
van
you.
pulls up.
Don't ever
I
trust these.
just said I missed my kababayan. What's wrong
You're a
with that?
fucking creep, dude.
Oh, I'm a creep for saying that I missed my kababayan.
No,
Really?
that's not the only thing. I mean, the pages go on and on. Every episode you come up here, dude, you're a creep.
Preacher, are you drunk?
No,
I
I've
am.
been through hell this
I'm
week.
trying.
I've been
I'm
through
working
hell
on
this
it.
I really don't know how you have
week.
come
Through
to that
hell today.
conclusion.
Absolute hell. 300.
I mean, wouldn't nothing be wrong with it. I was just asking.
No, if I was, I'd tell you. I don't really care. I can't sin.
How you feeling right now, man?
Who?
You, man?
Some type of way. I'm gonna tell you that.
Yeah? You want to talk about it?
You wanna talk about it?
You want to talk about your feelings, preacher man?
I'll just tell you, like Tuesday would probably be a show on my channel you don't want to miss.
What's happening Tuesday?
Tuesday, I'm gonna show all the fucking paperwork.
Paperwork for what?
It'll be like the 8th or 9th time I've gone in front of a judge in America to have to explain my faith.
Why? What do you have to?
False
What the
accusation.
heck happened?
What are the false accusations?
Horrible. Not the worst. I've had way worse. I've been in handcuffs for
Dude,
way worse.
did you fuck a giraffe?
No. Nah.
Yes.
The giraffe
Kabab-
fucked me.
Kababayan, what's the
No, I won't lie though. Look, this is the stack that I gotta walk in with.
Holy shit, you did fuck a giraffe, man. There's no other thing that would cause that much
He's got a
No,
whole
no,
fucking.
you-
He's got a whole fucking
this
stack
shit's
of books,
spicy.
and it's just the Bible
You
says. Bible says
No,
I can't
that's
sin,
not
Judge.
Bible.
The Bible
That's
says
not
I
Bible,
can't
homie.
sin.
That's still-
I
You
can't
gotta-
sin. It can't be wrong.
You got it
Yo.
all wrong, dude. It wasn't him that screwed the giraffe. The giraffe screwed him.
Yep.
Ronan,
giraffe
the
fucked
last
him.
thing you need to
Yeah.
be talking about is screwing anything.
Hey,
Which is
Randall,
what?
Giraffe.
Which?
Randall, the
man.
plaintiff.
So wait, hold up, preacher. Are you gonna run the judge through the Bible, bro?
Yeah.
Oh yes! Oh shit!
There's people from my YouTube channel. You guys all know the regulars. They're coming to the
Oh my
court
God, I'm
date.
gonna cry.
This isn't a joke.
Perfect.
They're coming to the court with
I'm
you.
happy for you, man.
First
Yeah,
tell,
I'm not.
tell the judge what the
This is
Bible
fucking-
says.
I know I'm good. Like I know I'm good. I've got no worries. I didn't do shit wrong. But at
Wait,
the
so
end of
you're
the
gonna
day-
live stream it?
No, I wish.
Ah.
I wish it's illegal.
What are you charged with?
It's not
Fucking a giraffe.
charged. What I'm accused of.
Preacher
I'm
man,
accused
I'm
of
really
a lot
curious
of
about your
things.
theology. Does
So,
your
how do
theology, hey, preacher man, does your fucking theology allow me to bound and gag Saint Ronan and fuck him in his little asshole until it's fucking leaking? It's leaking bodily fluids, and
You
then
just
do
got
it again tied up.
Ronan.
Would that be a sin if I was a
You just
believer?
went full blown more creep than Ronan, dude. I don't
It would be a sin, but I would turn into toxic Ronan afterwards.
You're already toxic. You still sin, motherfucker.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck in the court, though.
Saint Toxic.
You don't
Same
wish me luck. You hope I fail, and I know that. That's okay.
Dude,
Every-
it's called sarcasm.
That's the fun part. No, ain't no sarcasm, nothing, dude. I already
Yeah.
know what you are, man.
Would it be
You
a
do this all
sin?
the time. You always revile me, dude.
You gonna bring
How
the
am I
Bible,
reviling
preacher?
anything?
Are you gonna
This
bring the Bible? You gonna bring your big
Yeah.
Bible?
Yeah, I'm bringing my
Fuck
Bible.
yeah, dude, that's so exciting.
Bringing my Bible. I've got all kinds of shit, dude. dude. Oh
and
man.
annotated with Randall's notes.
See, Knock, you can't do badass shit like that. Like you can't bring the Dao De Jing into the courtroom to fucking school the judge, man. That's lame as
We don't
fuck.
even know what the
Why
Tao
not?
is.
Shit, that's garbage.
Why not?
Oh, you
And
want to?
listen to
Man, I
Knock.
feel like it
He's
would be
like,
cool.
I've changed so much. You haven't changed shit, you
No,
fucking
maybe you could do that. That'd be kind of sick, though.
He hasn't changed a fucking thing.
I
He's
did,
like,
when have I
my
said I
morality
changed
has
so
changed
much?
so much over the years. No, it hasn't.
Rage is sitting up there quiet with a bonsai tree
My-
saying kumbaya with his
I don't
fingers
think.
crossed,
I'm
cross-legged.
not gonna spend all that time building up my
I-
channel because
Yeah,
gonna-
I mean, discern all you want, preachers. Say
you're
what
a
you want.
flop. You're a
You
flop.
matter.
You're a fake
You
social-
are what
Um,
you are.
You're a fake.
Cool.
I'm gonna have to
You're a
sympathize
fake
with Knock
atheist.
here.
Now
I mean,
you're
at least
agnostic.
Knock doesn't have a stack of papers with him right now.
Ronan, if I was you, I'd just shut your fucking mouth, dude.
I'm not gonna shut my mouth for you,
You
dude.
probably should because you can't back up anything you say. Everything you say is against scripture. You're a fraud, dude.
Yeah,
Why do you
you'd wonder
come
why
here?
they let you
Oh,
on.
I
this
know why
show.
you come up
What
here.
you've done.
You can hit on Katie and make yourself look like a fucking closet.
Oh, I'm hitting on Katie all of a sudden now. Really? Look, I mean, when I first came
Tell
into
you,
this
man,
show,
it wasn't just me and Taylor that had that discussion. I had that discussion with about 4 other people that were watching that night. You're on some
we
creepy
had some
shit,
serious
dude.
issues with that.
okay,
Now
what were
we're
they?
gonna talk about the things I'm gonna do to Saint Ronan
You
if I
should
get
really
sinless.
go see. You should go see somebody, man.
What? Okay, what did I do? See, you guys don't even know what it is.
Go back and watch. I know exactly what it is. So does Taylor. It's
Yeah, you made an analogy.
yeah. That was
You
just
made,
something.
You made her a product
you
of
just-
your analogy.
Yeah,
That's what I
you
said.
need to
Like,
get
if
out
I'm-
of the
if
house
I-
more,
Is
man.
it okay
What
for
is
me?
that?
More.
Is it
You should
okay for
probably
me?
sit down the screens for a
Is
while.
it okay for me to tie you up, bound and gag, and
Mm.
feed you sushi? If I'm a fucking antinomian, feed you little sushis.
Hey, hold up. That sounds like a good time, though.
I'll feed you little sushis and put cigarettes out on you and put
Maybe not,
burning
maybe
candle
not.
wax on your back, Saint Ronan.
Man's law is there for a good reason. Got
But the sushi part, though. I mean,
Sushi's dank.
yeah.
I
I'd love
really
come up
don't
in your
understand
inbox
what's
and
going
whisper
on.
sweet little nothings to you. Preacher man, is that a sin? Is it a
Put
sin to put
wasabi
hot
in the
candle wax
asshole.
on Saint
Yeah,
Ronan?
if I was you, I just wouldn't bite the hand that feeds you, dude.
Tie him up and put him like within like a foot of a little piece of sushi,
Just
and then he's
stop.
trying to get the sushi and shit, and I'm spanking him from behind. Get that sushi.
What
Get
is
that sushi,
what?
Saint Ronan.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my
Get that
god,
sushi.
dude.
And he can't. He's tied to the wall, so he can't get the sushi. It's like that close to his face, and he's trying to get it. And I'm spanking him with a 3-row studded spank thing.
You know how many people treat me like that? Do you know how fucked up that is?
That happens
you
to you,
going
and it's
through
not a
something?
sin.
I'm nice for you, and all you got to do is talk shit.
That happens to you in real life.
That's all you got.
No. You
That's
talk.
it.
Preacher's been going through something like that, man.
No,
I'm
this is
sorry,
this
preacher man.
motherfucker. It's all he
I was
does,
just being
dude.
an asshole. I was just returning the
You
favor.
are an
dude.
asshole, man. That's all you are. Your channel's a fucking joke. It's dying.
Preacher's up in his feels tonight.
We're all
Fe-
dying.
Feel that
I'm
emotion.
in reality, motherfucker.
Let that emotion out, man.
I'm in
It's good for the
reality,
soul.
dude. This is reality.
This is it. This is it right now.
I'm just disturbed. Like,
Fucking reality.
what did I do?
You're the devil.
You're just
That's
disturbing all
reality.
my viewers that don't come back because of that shit.
It don't come back because of you.
You freaked out the preacher man. That took a fucking good. That was a good one you pulled. You freaked
Not
out the
freaked
fucking
out because
preacher
of
man.
Ronan, I'm
I didn't
freaked
say
out
nothing
for-
to the preacher man. He said something to me.
Don't ever give this motherfucker your address, Katie. Don't do it.
What?
Don't do it.
What?
Do it. Don't do it.
What did I do?
See,
What?
sadomasochism and whips and chains and homosexuality is a regular occurrence in a preacher man's life. But what you said managed to
not.
go.
Don't falsely accuse me, man. You're really
what you
pissing me
managed to
off.
say, the preacher
Yeah.
man managed to creep him
Yeah,
out.
that wouldn't be a sin for Taylor anyway. So I want to know, what are these charges?
You're a fucking.
What?
You want to see why the video
All
was
right.
taken
What
down?
are they? What I do? Come on, go ahead. Tell me what I do. You're here now. You have the floor. You can tell me what I've done.
I'll take the clip for you and email it to you. How about that?
No, I'm right here. You can do it right here.
Oh wait, did
I
you
don't.
delete it, Taylor? You didn't delete it, did you?
I really did. I swear to God, I don't even know what I did. I've been working like 5 days. I've been working since last 2 weeks ago. And I don't even know what happened here.
Mm,
I've been got in the YouTube culture for a while. I didn't even know what's going on.
sure. He's so full of shit.
What do
Bro,
they call it?
why
It's one of
don't
those
you start telling, dude? Okay,
rapey.
so here's what I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna accuse you of this,
No
but I'm
accuse.
not gonna tell you what.
Okay.
That's you, dude. You came into me like, dude. You came in here. You wanted to poke at me. So
No,
tell me,
no,
what are your
no, no,
grievances?
I was on here before you.
nobody's coming into anybody. Okay.
Oh no, I'm gonna tell you
Let's
point
just-
blank, dude. You're a creepy fuck. That shit you
Okay.
said to Pukoff last time creeped out not just me, but Taylor and everybody in the comments.
Oh, you mean the airport joke?
I roll with
Was
that.
that it?
Joking, dude. You weren't
You
joking.
mean the airport joke? Was that it?
No, that wasn't it. No, this shit's creepy though, dude. Every time you're up here, all you do is make sexual innuendos to Pukoff. That shit's creepy as fuck, man. You're on
That's it.
super level fucking like need to shut your mouth.
That's it. You're gonna come up
That's
here
serious shit
and be
there,
a
buddy.
Puritan.
Hey, that's some serious shit. You sound like you need some
I
help
see. So because I try to
because
be
you're infatuated with her. You just need to stop. Because you're not just pissing me off, you're pissing off everybody else every time you do it. She's real nice to you. She's not gonna tell you, but I'm telling you. You're a
okay,
fuck.
Pukov, can I ask you something? When was the last time I ever hit on you?
As
I
soon
don't
as you
know.
came on here.
Pero bro,
Wala.
magtatagalog na ako, okay? Sige.
Okay.
Sige. Gagalit na ako.
See, she's
Bro.
being nice to you.
Di ba ang sinabi mo sa akin?
No.
She's being nice to you. If it was me,
Something
you'd
na
have a fucking restraining order.
violate kita. Yun ang sinabi mo. That's why they're mad.
You've overstepped
So-
your bounds.
I violated you? Okay, well,
Yeah.
whatever it is I did,
diba?
I'll respect that.
Ay, hindi. Teka. Di ba
Put
nakita
your
mo
ass
ang
in check. That's it.
nakita mo ba ang titi ko?
No, I never saw it.
Hindi.
No.
That's
Malaki
okay.
siya,
I'll
di ba?
take it
Malaki.
and send it to you. Don't worry about it.
Sabihin mo, oo.
Hindi, wala ako nakikita ng ganyan. Promise.
Hindi, yung
Here
giant
come the
egg,
excuses.
yung talong ko, di ba?
Excuses. I
Yung
didn't know I was
talong,
Oo, yung
I'm
talong
so
ko.
sorry. I didn't
Yung
mean
aking
to.
talong. Di ba kasi
Ano?
lalaki ako?
I never
You
saw
didn't
it.
offend her.
I don't
You
even know
offended
where that's coming
everybody
from.
watching.
Sige.
Hindi ko alam.
She's
I never
being
saw
nice.
that.
Mm.
If it was me, I'd slam your ass with a fucking restraining order. You're a creep.
Hindi mo
I
nakita
really-
ang
You're a fucking
ano, yung
Hindi.
eggplant ko?
Hindi. Never.
Gusto mo ba?
Hindi.
Ay, bakit? Maganda siya.
I just don't know where this is coming from, dude.
You know
Hindi
she's
ako alam saan
man,
galing to.
Ako rin hindi ako naintindihan. Pero bit to.
Hindi ako alam saan galing ito nung kwanto.
Hindi ko rin alam.
Wala ako sa YouTube ng 5 days na. 5 or 8 days since I started working.
quiet. Letting the Filipino shit play out.
Bro, Filipino soap opera.
But yeah,
That's what it is.
Yeah, Filipino soap opera. Hindi ko alam saan galing ito.
Soap operas turn into fucking murder cases. You need to watch your ass, Pukoff. Telling you. This
Basta,
motherfucker.
bro.
Preacher man, is it a sin to fuck
creep.
Saint Ronan in the ass?
He's
Yes
a
or no?
creep. I've met a lot of them. He's a fucking creep. You need to watch your ass.
Preacher, you don't even know who I am.
You need to shut your fucking mouth. You're a fraud.
Oh, trust me, preacher. I would shut your mouth.
Are you out of
permanently.
your fucking mind? Did
I
you
would
bump
shut your
your
mouth
fucking head
permanently.
when you got out of bed this morning?
Oh,
Trust
dude,
me.
trust me. I would shut your mouth permanently.
So what are you accused? Like, what's your situation? You got to go talk to a detective, or you got to go to court?
I'm going to court.
So if you're going to
I've
court,
already talked to the detectives. I already talked to everybody.
if you're going to court, like there'd be
I already
charges,
won.
right?
I already won. I just got to go show my side. It ain't the first time, dude. This is like the 8th or 9th time in the last 3 years that I've been in front of a judge for my faith.
What's your
Specifically
charges?
for my faith.
You know,
There's
like
I'll talk about it on Tuesday, man. If you really give a shit, show up to the channel on Tuesday. I'm
I
gonna
don't
show all the
know.
papers.
I
I
work
bought
in
a
the
fucking
week.
look, dude. I bought a fucking $300 fucking printer today. Hang on, I gotta spin the camera. I bought a there it is. I bought a $300 fucking printer today and got all my shit taken care of. I've been studying more law in the last. Well, I can't say I did more on this one than I did for my house, but
Well, I'm just trying to understand why you have to go to court for your faith.
I've been falsely accused of a lot of shit that I didn't
What
do.
have you been falsely accused of?
A lot of things. You go find out on Tuesday when I release all the paperwork.
It's for fucking giraffe. It's not that hard to figure out.
He fucked a giraffe
Yeah, man, go look it up.
at the Chicago Zoo, dude. He fucked a giraffe.
Yeah, I fucked a giraffe. Yep. I thought it was
Is it
gonna. I thought in the
Send a
middle
fucking
it
giraffe. Is it send a fucking
would go
giraffe?
from spots to stripes. It didn't happen. Yeah, giraffes can't change their spots.
Is it a send a
Just
fucking
like-
giraffe?
Just like Knock didn't change his morality. It's still right and wrong. He's still suffering from the same fucking.
Preacher
Good
man,
meat.
is it a sin to fuck a giraffe? Is that going too far? In the
Dude, you already know my answer.
Why
is
does
it
it
a sin to
affect-
watch a giraffe fuck St. Ronan?
It's not expedient.
Why
Did you
does
know that a giraffe? Listen, giraffes and dogs are the only two mammals outside of human beings that are prone to homosexual relationships. Did you know
And
that?
dolphins.
Dolphins too.
Yeah,
he's
and
he's trying to justify his actions with the giraffe.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Well,
pretty sure it's
first,
going over. Yeah, but you're in court with ASPCA
come
now.
on, man.
And you just
Really,
gonna read them the fucking Bible?
really, dude. That's all you. That's it.
what is about teacher? What is it about the concept of a morality that can change that offends you so much?
Your morality didn't change. That's what offends me. You're a liar.
How can you say that? You don't even know me.
I know you well enough.
How? Like
If
we
you
talked.
still have the knowledge of good and evil, then guess what? Knock,
We've talked a few
didn't
times on
change.
the internet.
It
Do you-
didn't change. You haven't changed. You haven't changed shit. You're a liar.
How do you know me?
And okay, so what? What did you quit drinking? Did you quit drinking?
Yes.
Did you quit smoking meth? What'd you
I've
give
never-
up?
I've never smoked meth.
Oh, okay. So what'd you give up? What changed?
Do you smoke meth?
Used to. I have. It's a good drug.
He has at some point within the last 3 hours.
Explain-
Yeah, I have. I lived in Florida.
Explains a
I
lot.
lived in Florida years and years ago.
So when I was talking, so you're asking about these things that I quit.
What'd you give
that
up? What changed?
my morality didn't change in the last
Oh.
2 months. 2 months
Oh.
ago when I quit drinking alcohol, I
Wait,
talked
wait,
about.
wait, wait. Oh, so
I
you
talked.
quit drinking alcohol.
I talked
Yeah,
about
what were you
being
talking
a.
about earlier then when you said
whole-
your morality changed.
Well, let me talk. I said, you know, when I was 20, I was a criminal for one. I was a homophobe. I
You
was
don't
a
think you're still a
racist.
criminal? You don't
And
think
now, no, I don't break law. I mean, I break the speed limit, so I guess I break some laws, but I don't participate in criminal activity anymore.
you said you still break the speed limit. Do you even have a
Yeah.
driver's license? Do you have insurance?
Yes. Huh?
You don't break any laws?
I don't
I love
participate in
tearing people apart like this.
criminal
He's full of
activity.
shit. He's full of shit. He's full of shit. He's a fucking fraud.
What
How do you
laws?
guys not see
What
this shit?
laws do I break?
You tell me, man.
I'm asking you. See, you're the one saying that.
I don't care if you
You're
do
the
break
one.
laws.
You're the one afraid to talk about whatever charges you're facing, but you're
No,
accusing
I'm
me
not
of breaking
afraid to
laws.
talk about it. I'm not afraid to. Let's get this correct. I'm not afraid to talk about it.
What laws have I broken?
I'm saving it for Tuesday. I've got.
Now, I've talked freely about laws I've broken in the past. Sure, criminal activity I've done in the
you won't
past.
talk freely about now. That's why.
I don't
This
break
is
any.
really
I don't participate in criminal activity now. I sit
Oh,
here. I
Hang on,
sit
is
here. I go to
Michigan-
work. I take care of my kid.
Yeah,
I'm just curious,
Knock
Is
doesn't fuck
Michigan a
giraffes
legal
like you do,
state for
preacher.
weed?
I don't have pending charges.
Is
This
Michigan?
is really vile, dude. Like, this is just all really vile.
Is it
And I-
legal in Michigan yet?
and it's
Is
just
what legal?
This is just pure
I'm gonna look it up.
projection
Let
already.
me just look it up.
Is what legal?
Weed.
Yes, it's been legal for a few years.
Okay, I wasn't sure. For
Yes, I've
for
got.
recreation.
Well, I've had medical weed for 11 years, but it is legal for recreation. You can go into a
Just
store and
curious.
buy weed here.
Just
Killer weed. It's amazing, like
Right,
Jesse
yeah,
Lee
I've got
Peterson weed.
I've got some Hetty Betty.
Wait, preacher. Why the fuck are you worried about what Knox doing when you're the one
I'm
who
not
fucked
worried
the
about what
giraffe?
Knox is
No,
doing.
you're the one who fucked the giraffe, bro. Like, why are you worried about what
Oh.
Knox doing?
Oh, anybody got pictures?
What sound does a giraffe make? I'm curious.
Where the fuck did I find a giraffe? I live in Chicago.
What sound does a giraffe make when you fuck it?
Yeah, exactly.
You live in Chicago?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Isn't
come
that
hunt down
wait,
your
no,
colt.
hold up. Isn't the Chicago Zoo where the Madagascar animals were from?
Coward.
No, that was
Wait,
New York
wait.
City. That was New York City.
That was New
They
York.
were in New
Over
York
here.
City. Yeah. Alex the lion, then Gloria the hippo, and there was this giraffe guy. What was
Yeah,
his
I
name?
think
He was
Steven.
more Canadian because of the cheap meds. So yeah, preacher getting fucked by a giraffe. Go figure.
Okay.
Would that be the giraffe?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot the name of that, dude. The name of that.
All right, preacher
I feel
man.
like
I
it's
got.
either
Marty
hold
is
on.
a zebra, bro.
All right, preacher man. All right,
Yo.
who's Michael Boobies?
I don't know.
Huh?
All right,
Michael Boobas.
Michael Boobies asked me.
Michael here.
Michael Boobies
Oh, you know
asked
what?
me
I'm
to
not
ask
watching. I'm not
you.
watching the comments. I should be.
He asked me to ask you if your recent litigation involves your mother-in-law.
No,
Okay.
no. She's tried though.
That's
I have
your answer.
messages from her. Listen, so I've got messages from my kids' mom, my kids' grandma, my mom, my wife's mom. So my
Mother-in-law.
mother-in-law and father-in-law, both disowning my children. I have the Facebook messages because of the Bible. They disown their grandkids. Told them they can't call them grandma and grandpa anymore.
Hey, for real?
Yeah, yeah. They
Damn.
told us they don't want to hear from us anymore. I offered to pay them to come up here and see the kids. They won't do it because they're afraid we're gonna.
Do they think you're running like a cult?
Well, they accuse me of it, but they know I'm
So,
not.
yeah, I mean that's kind of like actually a very common response, and it's actually a response that
You
people would suggest is the cult needs to be isolated, so they actually strongly
We're
urge
not isolated.
family
We're
members
not by
to.
choice. Not by choice.
I
Like,
mean, if you're a cult, you should be isolated.
we're not though. That's the thing. We're not isolated. Not
Would
by
you
choice.
like to be isolated?
No.
Oh.
I don't. I mean, we get shit on everywhere we go, man. I don't.
And I mean, honestly, if you're a cult, your kids don't need to be with you.
You don't like
Maybe
to be
you should-
isolated. What
yeah.
the fuck were you doing in the giraffe's cage at the
But hang
zoo?
on. So if I'm so what did you just say?
He
Knox?
was teaching them the
Fucking
glorious story
walking
of Madagascar.
contradiction. You're a
So-
walking fucking contradiction, preacher.
You're a liar.
Right.
What did I just contradict?
You're
Your
talking
imagination.
about, my mother-in-law, blah 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 blah. Yeah, she's fucking like, well,
Why
fuck,
are you
my
blah, blah,
son-in-law's
blah,
in the
blah,
fucking
blah,
zoo,
The
fucking
fact
giraffe.
that they disown their own grandkids. Why are you blah blahing the fact that they disown their own grandkids?
Because we don't know shit about your situation, man.
I know.
Exactly, dude. And you're taking it here.
I'm not
I
taking
mean,
it.
fucking
You guys
giraffe.
shouldn't your problem be?
You guys
I mean,
can't handle it.
I mean, dude, this is like really legal stuff. You shouldn't be just coming
No, it's
waltzing
not
in here and
legal.
talking
It's
about it on the
fucking-
internet.
Hey,
Dude,
this motherfucker
there's nothing
premeditated
legal
fucked the
about
giraffe. He had to go to Home Depot to buy the fucking ladder
See,
to
now
get
he's
up.
off in his
and fuck the
imagination
giraffe.
again.
It's premeditated.
Hang on. I'll show
I-
you.
I can see where the allegation that what I quote unquote did is now bred from.
You must know who Michael Boobies is.
You're trying to blame me now because you're a fucking weirdo.
No,
Michael.
we should. I've already told
I'm
you about
just asking you
bringing
to
your
substantiate your claims, preacher.
preacher. I've already told you about bringing your fucking personal life onto the fucking internet, and you keep doing it
If
anyway.
I was you, I'd just shut the fuck up while you have a chance.
I've told you,
Because
and
if
you
I
want to
leave
do
right
it.
now, your show dies.
You want to put it on the stream, it's open game. But I've already told you, and you know I have. Try not to talk
Don't
about
falsely
your
accuse
personal
me,
life so much.
asshole. I don't appreciate it. I've been nothing but nice to you, dude. You've got no reason to treat me the way you do. It just makes you a piece of shit, man.
I treat you like
Wow.
You really are.
Taylor,
do.
honestly, we're better than this. We don't need to be judging people for having court cases
Exactly.
or fucking
not
a
here to
giraffe,
judge you.
man. Like
Dude, that's
that's not part of
bestiality.
my
That's
shtick.
poor fucking animal.
No, that's spontaneity. That's
No, but all the
impulsivity.
giraffes, they think he's coming in there to feed them and shit, and he gets up on a fucking ladder and fucks it.
Yeah, you know what? So this is what I concede. A giraffe is definitely not JRH NBR. Okay, you
lured it with
definitely need a
food.
ladder. But I mean, maybe the giraffe liked it. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe the
I
giraffe.
mean, to be fair, the source actually gave us what it sounded like. So
How can a
Yeah.
giraffe consent to that?
Yeah, did the giraffe consent? Did it say whatever a giraffe
Never
says
fucked a
when a
giraffe. I really don't appreciate the joke.
preacher? We're just trying to, because we know
Alright,
that
let's
you're
go-
going to
let's
talk
go back
about
to
this on.
theology.
No. What I'm saying is he's going to talk
I'm
about
not
this
going
on
to talk
on
about this at all.
Tuesday.
This is a dead ass
Let's
channel.
go
I'm
back
not.
to theology. If I want to have a little fucking Filipino boyfriend like Saint Ronan, is that a sin?
You already know the answer, man.
Huh?
You
Like if
already
I
know
He's
catch
the
a
not gonna
case of
explain
yellow
it to you,
fever and I
dude.
want to fuck Saint Ronan in the ass, is that a sin?
He's not
You
gonna
already-
answer that to you, dude. He's not gonna substantiate it. He's just gonna
Yeah,
say,
man.
"Oh, you know what the answer to that is."
Unto the pure, all things are pure, man.
Yeah.
That's
So
scripture.
why the heck are you judging me
I'm not
for
judging you.
giving
You're a fucking
Puka
creep. It's
pickup
against man's
lines?
law. Being a stalker and a rapist is against man's law.
But that wouldn't make me a
If you
sinner,
want to
right?
throw God's law into it, you should be strung up and killed, man.
Yeah,
But that wouldn't make me a
Jeffrey
sinner.
Dahmer, hey, you remember the Jeffrey Dahmer? Didn't Jeffrey Dahmer have like the little Filipino kid and he drilled a hole in his head and shit and he escaped and then the police gave him back? Is it a
Oh,
sin to
Damn.
do that with Saint Ronan?
Oh my
wouldn't
god,
you?
I was
No.
the little Filipino boy.
Oh Mo, what have I done? I drilled a hole in your head. Oh, all this. This was nothing but a bust. Oh gosh.
I lost my.
I mean, well, I did. I was responsible for detaching your hippocampus from your brain, so there you got. I got that going on.
Well, I feel so much better now.
You don't have to remember those repressed memories in your childhood until your brain just has a sudden reaction. It reminds you.
Check it out. Here's where my in-laws doubled down and said that
He's putting his personal
they're
life on
not my
blast again.
kids. We're
And we,
not.
I just changed the subject, preacher, and you're bringing it back.
Well, you guys, you don't seem to believe anything I tell you, but
Preacher, we believe you. You're gonna talk about it on Tuesday, but if you keep talking about it, I'm gonna keep making fun of it.
It's different.
Yeah, it's fair game if you want to keep bringing it up.
What did giraffe say?
So wait. Is a giraffe pussy like a chicken pussy where the pussy is the same as the butthole?
Of course not.
Oh wow. This really escalated quickly.
You know what happens though when a giraffe baby like falls out of that stuff. So I mean, can you climb inside of a giraffe pussy? Is that...
Dude, he Ant-Man his way into it. Then he started, screwing it from within. Oh my god.
He did the boys on it.
Yeah, he did the boys. Yeah,
He did the boys. He did the boys. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
I'm so happy you saw that.
Here we go.
What are you sharing? What is this?
hold
It
on.
better not
Check
be.
it out.
Yo, it better not be giraffe porn. I swear to God, on this channel, dude. Is it giraffe porn?
We're
the shit.
YouTube gonna strike this channel if it is.
What does that look like?
All right, so check it out. Look. So
wow.
here is my father.
His last name is
Here's
Meaner.
my father-in-law, right? William
Meaner.
Meaner. Yeah.
Damn.
My father-in-law said, I never told her I disliked her or hated her in any way, shape, or form. He's talking about what he was saying to my daughter, which he did actually say that he doesn't want to talk to her no
He
more.
said that you're not
He said,
knowledgeable to teach the Bible. Is that what he's saying?
Of course, that's what everybody says. So
Oh.
he said, I asked her to refrain from calling me grandpa if she's going to disrespect me that way, because she held him to the verses.
Wow, that's very bastos.
But I'm
My daughter held him to the Bible verses. She said, if you sin, you're the servant of sin. And he said, that's disrespectful. You're not allowed to call me grandpa anymore.
Damn, that's cold.
They disowned my kids because of scripture. This ain't the first rodeo. Like, we go through this all the time. And that's from him. Listen, this is his.
You have
message
nothing but cult
to
hate in you.
me.
Wait, scroll down. You have nothing but
Yep,
cult
nothing
hate
but
in
cult
you.
hate.
You
spew
spew
hate.
hate. You have
You have no clue what you're doing at all. I've watched countless YouTube
presentations.
Yup.
Yo,
That's
you
what
think
people
he's seen me? Do you think if I said hi to William Maynard,
No,
he'd be
they
like,
haven't.
"Yo, it's
They
Pukov"?
have no clue about Jawnspott. No,
Well, I've been on your channel though.
they don't really watch it like that. I think
Oh, that's a
every
shame.
now and then they check in just to talk shit, but
So are they not subscribed to you then?
I don't know.
That's fucked.
I mean,
I
they'd
don't know. I
have
don't
to be in order to keep track. They just
Listen,
didn't
man.
click that notification bell.
Your own
Preacher man,
in-laws aren't
everybody wants
subscribed to you, man. That
Right.
fucking sucks, dude.
Is your father-in-law
But no,
concerned
it's
that,
not
that
just
the
my in-laws,
paternity
it's
of
everybody
his
around me.
grandchildren
Like
are likely
this
a
isn't
giraffe?
just YouTube for me. It's not just YouTube for me. When I hang up and I'm done on YouTube, my real life is the same as it is on YouTube. People treat us like shit. We get spit on, hit, fucking banned from everywhere we go. All because
God help these people. God, Jesus Christ. It sounds horrible.
don't take his name in vain on that.
No, I'm not.
You don't believe in him, so you can't use his name. Why are
You
you
don't
doing
know
that?
what I believe.
Well, do you sin?
I don't sin.
Oh, here we go again.
I don't even know what sin is, bro. What even is
job.
that word?
Good job. So something stuck.
It's something that the preacher is incapable of doing even while he's doing it. So, yeah,
Ronan,
that's it.
fuck up, man. You're a fraud.
No, I won't.
I know. You're just like my in-laws.
Damn,
don't
he
even
called
know
you
who
his
your in-laws
in-law,
are.
Saint Ronan. He called you William
That's
Maynard.
it, man. It's the
Yeah,
same shit.
I was also pretty
all
much the
same.
same guy
It's
who
all
spanked him and reduced his allowance every time he went to school.
In any way
Told
they
them that
can.
he can't go on beers, having Coke, and told them that you needed to get out of the house because you're spilling Coke all over my house.
So next time you
And,
jerk off,
yeah,
you're going
that
to hell.
was pretty much me back in the day. I was giving him spankings since 1974.
You, I, all about yourself. I did this and I did that. I gave up this and I gave up that. You're a fucking joke.
Whatever, dude. You don't even know who I am, and then you're coming over here telling me that I have
You're a
done
fraud.
something.
You don't line up with the book, dude. You're a fraud.
Yeah,
That's it.
you do know what the Bible says
God doesn't
about
hear sinners,
slandering
motherfucker.
false
And I don't
accusations.
hear you.
Right? Hey, dude, why do
That's
you
no
bear
false
false witness?
accusation, man.
Why do
You're
you
a
bear
liar.
false witness?
That's all you do is lie.
Why
You're
do
a
you bear
liar.
false witness? You're not answering my question. Why do you bear
How?
false witness?
How am I bearing false witness?
Well,
you
you
sin, Ronan?
came in here and told me that I was into creepy stuff, so I really want to know what that is, dude.
I didn't say you were into creepy stuff. I said you are a fucking creep. It's a big difference.
I'm into creepy stuff. That's me.
Okay. What is it exactly that I did?
Hold up. Let me just ask real quick because it's been bothering me. I can't concentrate on anything that's being said until I get an answer to this question. If you impregnate a giraffe, would the hybrid be like a centaur, or like the top half is a person, or would it be a minotaur, where like
he made the giraffe after his kind? There is no impregnating.
It's a giraffe with preacher's hat on it.
Yeah, I want to know this too. Show me. What's your case? Are you in a criminal case right now, or are you in a family court case with a giraffe?
It's family that they tried to make it over.
He's in family court. He's in fucking family court, and the zookeeper took the fucking giraffe there. This motherfucker's he's gonna read the Bible and shit, and they're gonna give him an order to get a paternity test.
I know how that's gonna turn out.
I really don't appreciate the jokes, dude.
This fucker's in family court. That's why he's got a big old stack like that, because his lawyer would have that. It was criminal court. He has it because he got to represent himself. He's gonna go up in front of a family court judge and a whole fucking giraffe standing in court with a zookeeper wondering who the fucking daddy is. He's gonna read him the fucking Bible.
And he's gonna say, "So, Mr. Longneck,
you better be live streaming this shit, preacher. You better be live streaming it."
So, Mr. and the prosecutor be like, "So, Mr. Longneck, how did this endeavor occur?"
Well, are you going to
you see, he climbed up the gates suddenly, and he just pulled the boys on me. I didn't feel great. I had my animal rights violated from the get-go. And then when he came out, he just said, "That felt good, but I can't sin." And ever since there, I couldn't face the animal kingdom the same way I could again.
I'm never gonna look at giraffes the same
Look
way
at you
again.
fucking hurt his feelings, Saint. What? How old are you? Like
Oh,
fucking
my feelings
17?
hurt.
No.
I'm 27.
Sorry for you guys.
How fucking old are
all
you?
I'm 27.
You don't even own yourself.
How old am I?
No, I didn't say how old. I said he doesn't even own himself. He can't even own himself. He has no control.
Wow.
Like Kevin from the fucking Wonder Years.
Yeah, okay.
Like
Yeah.
the
The only thing you are from the Wonder Years is fucking Winnie.
Yeah, he's
Winnie?
fucking
like
Kevin
the
in the
like the
Wonder Years.
last
Yeah,
6
with Winnie,
streams, like
exactly.
the last 5 streams
Yeah,
didn't say
Danica
Exactly.
anything.
Patrick.
That's exactly what I thought. Yeah, see, like with Kevin and Winnie Cooper and shit, that's this dude.
What does that
Mm.
mean? What language are you guys talking? What is that?
It's a show in America, Pukoff. You don't know about it. Then it's right in the Philippines. They only have like 3 channels. We had like 36.
All you need.
That's all
Diba, you need GMA,
GMA, ABS-CBN, and then you have like
HBO.
HBO, yeah. But later on, we were graced with TV5, PBO, and Cinema One. You know, liberal shit.
That's too much, man. That's
We watched the
luxury.
Wonder Years.
See, as Knock would say it, that's what do you call it? That's what's the opposite of proletariat?
Preacher man, I'll bet you Saint Ronan walking around with a grown man's voice in his head and shit like Kevin Arnold too.
Who's walking around with a grown man's voice in their head?
Like, and she leaned over.
That's not healthy.
Yeah, Kevin Arnold would be looking down chicks' blouses and all kinds of weird shit. That's what they call that, the Wonder Years.
Looking
And you were
down?
referring to the bourgeoisie.
Oh, the bourgeoisie. Yes, yes. Having too many channels is too bougie, or whatever Knock said. Anyway,
And that's like the fucked up American way we say the shit, but it's French.
yeah, it's actually AAVE. Yeah. But okay, so back to my question, which I feel is really important that didn't really get an answer. So a giraffe hybrid would have the top half would be a giraffe head, or the top head would be a human head? Would it be like a centaur or a minotaur? Is what I'm saying.
You hurt the preacher man's feelings.
Well, Preacher doesn't have to answer, man. His kids are probably half giraffe anyway. That's why his in-laws are fucking.
And it's obviously a fucking a human body.
Do
with
they they pick apples with their necks?
Yeah,
No, dude.
It's a human body with a big long neck. It's
We've
not-
seen Preacher's
it's-
kids.
it's
They
not a
look
centaur.
very, very tall and healthy and well fed.
It's a
That's all
minotaur.
that matters.
The
It's a minotaur
would
with
have to
a giraffe head.
be.
Ooh.
Yeah, because it wouldn't be a giraffe the other way around.
I guess it wouldn't. Yeah, it'd be more like a
Be like Jeffrey
Like a
Giraffe. You remember Jeffrey
spotted
Giraffe
horse.
from Toys R Us?
no.
like him.
The fuck is that? Oh, the one that sits.
The one that walk around and shit through Toys R Us with the big old long neck. That be like Jeffrey from
No.
Jeffrey the Giraffe.
That sounds horrible. I don't like that idea.
Like,
I don't
you
like
remember
that there's
Jeffrey
a
the
giant
Giraffe
giraffe.
from Toys R Us?
No, that wasn't a real thing.
We're talking with these young people.
I want to grow
Toys
up.
R Us hasn't been around in a while.
Toys R Us kid.
Toys
Trains
R
and
Us been out for
planes.
like 5 years. Hey,
Oh,
they got Toys
Preacher
R Us at
knows the
Macy's now.
song.
Macy's owns
Pre-
Toys R Us now. They have like a little fucking area with it's not Toys R Us anymore, but they own
No.
Toys R Us.
I'm not surprised.
So just unfortunately, I'm really not in a playful mood. I don't find any of this to be funny.
Sorry, Preacher.
My family's been through hell in
Yeah,
the last
it's-
8 years with this.
You wanna-
And
Why should anybody care when all you do is come
I
in
don't
and
want you
belittle
to care. I
people?
don't give a fuck if you care, motherfucker.
You
I don't
belittle
care if you
people.
care.
You
don't care.
claim
Even if
they
you said you
commit
did, you don't. You're a
crimes.
liar. You're a fraud,
I'm
dude.
still like wondering what crimes I committed. Like, why should anybody
Whatever, well,
care
you go ahead and keep servicing rage and let your daughter go now.
if your approach
what
is
it
to
is,
over
man.
talk and
That's
not
what it
listen to
is,
anybody and just
You
be
don't
an
even give
asshole?
a fuck about your kid, man. You don't even give a fuck about your kids. At least I care about mine.
Oh, sure.
Well, dude, like I don't think you're in a position to bitch about how not
You
Preacher's
shut
kid.
the fuck up, dude, because you're just a little bitch.
God
That's all
damn.
you are, Ronan.
Oh,
A little
oh,
complaining bitch.
I want to know.
Come up there.
I'm interested
even
in
know
your
why you
sex
go.
crimes. Like, I want to know why you're going to court.
I don't have sex crimes. I don't have any crimes. I haven't done shit for 6 years.
He's going to court with a fucking giraffe. It's a paternity.
You
it's a
haven't had
family
sex
court.
crimes in 6 years.
He's not
I
facing
haven't
any
had any
time. It's
crimes.
family court.
I've never had sex crimes to begin with.
You just said 6
Everything
years,
I've ever
bro.
done, I've been a man about.
What did you do 6 years ago?
You got a computer, dude. Look it up.
He fucked a gorilla.
That's the difference between me and you, Knock. I don't gotta hide. I'll give everybody my address. I don't give a fuck.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
a coward.
cool.
Why would you give people your address though? That's where your kids
Because
live.
I don't. Because ain't nobody coming to my house.
Giraffe.
It would not be It would not be advantageous. And if
So I
if
mean,
you come
like,
to my house, the first thing we're gonna do is sit down with the Bible.
oh, true.
No, I don't take care of my kids.
I'm honestly kind of upset that I don't get to see preacher run the judge through the Bible. Like
Then you should have finished the Bible study,
Mm.
and your ass should have been in the courtroom.
is it on Zoom? Is there a Zoom link? Hold up, is there a Zoom link? Is it like
There
through Zoom?
is.
Can
There
I
is.
can I come and watch it?
Nope.
No, come on, man, please.
No, I've got 2 people that are witnesses to it, and you can hear it from them.
You gotta
Come
lie.
on, man,
It's all
please.
already done. It's all already done. It just has to happen.
Bro, please, I'll send you a giraffe plushie. I'll send you a giraffe squishmallow.
He's
Please.
laughing, and it's not even funny. That's what
I want to see that shit go down, man.
Oh wow!
bad for you,
I
Ronan.
needed
dude. You
that
must be really
giraffe
low.
plushie. I needed that. Oh,
Daily webinars? Daily webinars.
daily webinars.
Not invited to the daily webinars. Are there daily webinars that I don't know about?
I
What
don't
are
know.
they? Where's my? Oh my gosh! I'm in the guava lava. What is guava lava?
That would be an interesting name for a
Oh, it's a weed
guava juice or
strain.
guava.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a weed strain. It's pretty cool.
The guava. Sounds more like a good name for a milkshake based on guava.
Hmm.
Guava lava.
Okay, preacher, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Do you put your carts back when you go shopping at like a big store?
Yeah.
You put them back?
Generally,
Why do you put them back?
because the guy that's got to chase him around a parking lot.
Well, why would that matter though? Saves you time, right?
I'd rather save him time.
Oh, that's really nice. But why?
Why not?
He gets paid to do that shit. You don't.
He gets paid to do his job. If I can make his job easier, there's no payment needed.
But why would you care about making his job easier?
Why wouldn't I?
Indeed.
The question is, why wouldn't you?
Well, we're not talking about me. We're talking about you. So
But if
why
you-
wouldn't you? Yeah, true. But like, why would you?
The same reason I wipe down our table usually when we go out to eat, and I make
Mhm.
sure all our plates are stacked up and done right for the busboy, whoever's got to come by and pick it all up. I
Mhm.
make sure it's all taken. And I got a big ass family, so usually when we go out, minimum it's 7 people because it's me, my wife, and 5 kids. If I add in my son or other family members or people that are whatever, and we go out, I always try and make sure I make everybody's life a little easier.
Yeah, it's a really good thing to do. It's the right thing to do.
No, it's just something to do.
Something to do.
That's it. But
There's
I
no
understand
reason behind it.
they're done that. I was a busboy for 2 years.
Hmm. So you do it because of empathy.
No, I do it because why not?
Well, that's not an answer because there is a reason why.
No, there's not. The only reason why you wouldn't do it is just because you're an inconsiderate fuck.
Well, when I was in the States, I really had to return the shopping carts because it would disrupt the traffic. It would cause traffic in the parking lot. Plus, it's ethical. You have to return your own shopping carts. Even here in the Philippines, even if you have people who can do it for us, we normally just do it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, what part of the States were you in?
Houston, Texas.
You said when you coming to California?
Yeah, when are you going to California?
That's a good question because I might head to California by February because they want me to fly with them because my visa is about to expire. So maybe before I renew it, then yeah, I might as well travel. So I guess February or March. It depends. But I got work, dude. I work in a vaccination site, and I gotta get those people
Ronan
registered for
has
vaccination.
nobody.
Yeah, when you come to California, man, shit, don't be. We can go get a beer, you know.
That's the only thing
So
that is
yeah,
Go to the
yeah.
damn
Let's
thing.
go get us some
that
double
he
espresso
has
Coronas,
nobody.
man.
Go get
Don't
a
do
beer.
it, Ronan.
You can crash at my
He's gonna.
place. We can, right? One thing, right? We could
No. He's gonna
hang out.
dumber you.
Yeah.
How about it?
Yeah, let's go have a beer. Just a beer.
Yeah, have a beer, you know, chop it up, and go back to my place.
And then
Mhm.
after that, I can show you my beetle collection.
You have a
So fucking weird.
dude.
This is fucking
You got
crazy.
like you got. Are they like in books
Beetles.
or is it in a
He's
glass
about to
panel?
tell you how he's got one too.
Yes, I have a tank full of beetles that are bred to devour decomposing bodies to leave behind a clean skeleton.
Wow, cool.
It's cool, isn't it? Man, I got like a bunch of them too. Probably like a just big
I mean,
ass
there's
tank.
there's always something about insects that interested me. Well, I prefer arachnids, but yeah, insects.
I like arachnids too. I think they're cool.
See, look at it. They be fucking in the Philippines. They play with bugs because they can't afford toys, so they
We
play with
can't.
little bugs.
Dude, we play with spiders.
Bro, we can't even afford bugs. We play with sticks.
We can't afford. Dude, literally, it's a tradition in school. We play. I mean, not really a tradition, but let's just say it's like an outside of school tradition. We literally have spiders fight each other to the death for money.
Yeah, yung gagambas.
Gagamba, yes, exactly.
Yeah, on the
Mhm.
stick. Yeah, you get 2 spiders, the biggest, fattest spiders you can find, and you
Mhm.
put them on one stick, and you hold them
Yeah.
like this, right? Like
Yeah.
a corn on the cob, and you like,
Yeah,
make them fight like the
yeah. Let
like
let
the
them
like
fight.
the game that the ROTC kids play with the giant Q-tips, like they fight like that.
Yeah, we called that spider gladiator. But
Spider
in English,
gladiator.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, and then it's always the fat ones. I mean, and then whenever they bring up the brownish ones or the dark ones, like, oh man, that's scary. The other guy's spider is done.
See, this is why Taylor, like Filipinos can't interact in like normal social situations because this is what we grew up with. Spiders
Yeah,
on sticks.
You guys play with
spiders on
fucking
sticks.
bugs.
Spiders on sticks. Soups with cow. You know what I RM.
And then they eat
Remember
the
me?
bugs. When they're done
And
playing
then
with they play
yeah.
with their food.
Hmm.
That's their food. Bugs.
Mm.
And they play with it. You know how rude that
Mm.
shit is?
It's not rude, it's respectful to life, right?
It's serious. That rage like if you have somebody over for dinner and they're fucking around with their food and shit, they're playing with their food and shit, like a little African doesn't even have food,
Mm.
right? You know what I'm saying? That's rude.
Yeah, we tend to play with our food too.
I
We also grew up
was
with
raised you couldn't play with
nood.
food.
We also grew up with dried noodles and bread. Yes, we eat them together.
Like you can play with the dogs and the cats, 'cause that's not
Mhm.
food.
Yeah, it's not food. Yeah, you can play with the dogs and the cats. They're not food, but anything else probably you could eat.
Y'all
Dogs
play
and
with the
cats are
dogs and the
absolutely
cats, and
no.
it's the
Wait,
food.
what the fuck are you saying? What the fuck are you saying? Dogs and cats are food.
I never said they were food.
They are food.
They're not food.
What?
That's why you get to play with them.
They are food.
You can play with the dogs and cats, but
I
they're not
mean,
food.
some of us here eat dog, but me
No,
personally, I don't eat
hold
dog.
up. Why else would you spend years buying dog food and like cat food, fattening up your animal if you're not going to eat it?
Because
That
they're
makes no sense
friends.
to
They're
me.
friends. It's a man best friend. You're supposed to feed the
Yeah,
dogs.
they're man's
What do you
best
mean, man's
friend.
best friend? I would I would eat
dogs and
any
ca-
one of you guys, honestly.
No,
I would
Yeah,
do
no,
that.
that's a
Yeah,
sidestep.
I
That's
would.
a sidestep for me from you.
There are no friends, only food.
Side.
A dog is not food. It's your
Remember what
friend.
A
Dory
dog is
said?
food. A dog is food, and so is a cat.
Remember
And
what
all
Dory
birds.
said? Fish are friends, not food. So by that analogy, people are friends, not food.
Listen, if we did the whole Donner Party thing or whatever, and we all happened to be in an airplane at the same time, and you all died, and I was the only one left alive, you would all be food. I don't see like anything wrong with eating another thing,
People are
especially
going to eat
dogs.
their children soon.
Yeah,
I
I would totally
I-
eat a child.
You would totally eat a child. if
I
they
would
didn't-
eat Saint Ronan's child because Saint Ronan's child is probably very small.
Perry is at home.
That was a leap.
For oh no,
That was a leap. That was such a leap.
What's a leap about that? The little chicken nugget.
Why did you chop into sushi?
I paused when she said I would eat as a little kid. Like, what are you talking about, Puka? And I'm like, oh, and in the next 5 seconds, oh, I get it.
What? Okay.
Oh my gosh.
So
That was like the
Why
most
would I finish it?
dimensional pause I've ever had for like 10 seconds. I was just like, what the?
With a little fucking thing, like a little plate like that, but fucking like
Dude, would you like some
your little
fries and
Asian,
chicken?
your little
nuggets
Asian
with
food
that?
is always when you get Chinese food, it's always fucking bitter. Like you get like a little bit, like 4 pot stickers and 1 napkin.
yeah,
and she
it
can, that's what
depends.
eat the smallest thing she can find.
Yeah, parang dim sum, di ba? Dim sum.
Don't matter what it is.
Yeah. Yo, Saint Ronan. Uulamin ko ang anak mo.
I-
No.
Well, look what you've done. You've now tickled my laughing faculties. It's gonna take me a while to recover.
Do I have your consent though? That's the only thing that matters.
You have my consent to ruffle up
Okay.
my laughing faculties, but by my kids, no, you gotta stay away from my kids.
Do you have kids?
No. I mean,
Oh,
I don't have kids.
you're hypothetical kids.
Yeah, hypothetical kids.
Do you have pets?
I wish I did.
nobody took my kids. They came
What?
to my house and wanted to, but no.
Did you run them through the Bible, scare them away?
You know, as weird as it is, this is the one time that I didn't. And when I say one time, I mean the police on last Monday and then DCFS on Tuesday. That's the one time I didn't. Now, they both understood, like when they came in, they knew they got to pass the Bible verse when they come in the house. They came in, they checked out the house.
Do you
talked
do
to
you
the
send
kids.
one? Do you send that one?
No, the he that committed sin is of the devil one.
Oh wait, no, hold up. What do you mean by that? Do you have like a
First John
vet-
3:8. I've got a big ass glass whiteboard outside my house with a light on it at night that lights up the whole neighborhood.
So wait. You have a vetting process for
No.
people that come to your house? Like they see that and then you ask them about it?
Well, I mean, they're gonna see it anyway. It doesn't matter, and it's
Well,
always
yeah. But
It's
for
always
people that are coming to your house, like when they're visiting and they see your sign
uh-huh.
and they visit you for the first time and you ask like, "Did you see my fucking sign?
No,
Do you fucking
well,
sin?" Like, is that how you treat
generally
your
they'll
pets?
ask me about it. Generally, they'll ask me about it. They'll be like, "What's
Yeah.
up with that?" And then I tell them. But once they get in, no, I've John 8:34 every cop that I've ever dealt with. I didn't do it to this one, and I can't for the life of me figure out why. But he
So
understood.
there was a cop that came to you. Was it a welfare check? It was a welfare check?
No, it was a little deeper than that, but that's
Okay.
okay. No, he came, and then the next day DCFS came, and they talked to all the kids and the whole family. Excuse me. Yeah.
Taylor, if we do
Fishing.
get some
They were
beers,
fishing.
just letting you know that I love my beer dark.
So you
I
like
love
Guinness?
dark beer.
Maybe we have some common ground. You like Guinness?
I love Guinness.
That's my
Black
shit.
and bold. Yeah, dude, 2 pints of that and you're full. Tastes like coffee and it's heavier than that.
Like
I'll
12,
buy you
12
I'll buy
cans.
you a fucking Guinness. I'll get you a couple of those things, and we can go back to my
Oh,
place.
dang,
He
thanks.
said a couple.
Yeah, a couple of Guinness. Yeah, dude, that thing makes me full. And the funny thing is, when I was at New York with my dad, we would always have Guinness before we would have our steaks. And dude, that was like time of my life there. And I'm talking about a well marbled ribeye. So, and then while we cook that medium rare, it's always the Guinness.
So wait, what if the ribeye is people meat?
No, I can attest that it's not people meat because we got that from
That's
Costco.
A6 Wagyu.
We got
See the picture,
Costco.
man?
We went to Costco, and then
That's
all you have to do
A6.
is
That's A6 Wagyu.
Wait a minute,
No.
Wait, so you're gonna go like on a cute little shopping trip to the farmer's market with Taylor before you like get eaten yourself? Like you go and pick out like the perfect grass-fed organic ribeye and like a nice wine to go with it, or a Guinness, Guinness.
no, it's a Guinness.
Maybe
It's
some
a Guinness.
asparagus, yeah. You're gonna go to the farmer's market with Taylor first, and then go back and watch some movies.
Yeah, some
Drink
Netflix.
some beer. Yeah, some Netflix and
We'll
chill.
watch some Netflix. Yeah, we'll just watch some Netflix.
Just without
and
the
I
hang
like
chill.
out.
that. That sounds very romantic. I like it.
Without the chill.
Are you gonna get flowers too? Yeah.
No.
Oh,
What's wrong, Ronan? Is it sin for you?
what? Getting flowers?
Yes.
No, the chill part of Netflix.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
What's the chill part of Netflix? You just watch Netflix.
him
What
and
would
Taylor.
be-
Netflix and chill.
we all know where that goes.
Yeah, that's
No, you
why
just-
not? I love Netflix.
No,
I love
you
the
just watch
chill.
Netflix.
No, Taylor wants him to chill.
Hold up.
Netflix and chill.
Yeah, you
Mm.
chill.
Yeah, Netflix
Well,
and
what-
shit.
That's
We're
you
going
watch
Netflix and
Netflix
chill.
and
Me
you
and Sam
chill
gonna go Netflix and chill.
That's
There ain't
it.
nothing wrong with
and
that.
chill.
Fuck wrong with that?
St. Ronan, yeah, Ronan's probably gonna be doing his chilling from the fridge, but like it's still Netflix and chill. Like I don't
It's
really
the preacher's
understand what's.
fault. The
Why would I
preacher's-
be?
The preacher's antinomianism got Saint Ronan running around the jungle looking for little frogs to eat and shit. Because the
Yeah.
Bible clearly says what you can and cannot eat.
Hey,
But, oh
we
no,
don't eat
oh no,
frogs.
it's all done
no,
away
no,
with.
no, Taylor, chill. We don't eat frogs in the Philippines.
Yes, we
they're,
do.
They're poisonous. We eat toads.
Yes, we do.
We eat
Yes, we
toads.
do.
Diba? Ang
We eat
palaka.
frogs.
Ay, hindi. Palaka.
Hindi.
not-
Ganang yung sa rice field.
Hindi frog yun. Palaka yun, di ba?
Ah,
Toad.
palakaya. Palakayan.
Palaka. That's
Sige
toad.
na po. Oh yeah, we eat toads then. Okay,
Yeah.
we eat toads.
We don't
Yeah.
eat frogs. We don't fuck with that shit because that's some fucking jungle shit. People
Yeah.
that eat frogs.
Well, the Old Testament laws about dietary things. It's just like It's not. I mean, shrimp or beef or
Are
pork.
you
is not
preaching
necessarily
laws
bad.
you don't keep again?
It's not. Hold on. It's not necessarily
Are you
like they're
preaching
bad,
laws that you
but
don't
during
keep
that time, they needed to be separated from the
Hypocrite.
multitudes. So for a while, they had to follow some sort of diet, not to necessarily they're bad, like per
They
se
never had to
taboo,
follow the laws.
but
chose-
they
They
did so
willingly
just
walked
to
after the
be
commandment.
separate. Because during that time, in the time of Judges, there were a lot of people who were
more
creating
shit.
idols
You don't
and
even know
serving
what you're
God.
talking about.
I mean, the
How many
good
times have you read the book of
example
Judges?
would be
Just curious.
the good example would be.
'Cause that's the next one coming up on my channel. So, how many times have you read the book of Judges?
Remember Samson took a Nazarite vow.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember that one? And yeah,
Yeah.
and you'd wonder
Samson
what's wrong
kept
with
his
eating
vow.
grapes.
Samson killed 1,000 people with a donkey bone. Was that sin for him?
Yeah, but my concern is with the Nazarite vow. Like, I'm going to ask you this one: is there something wrong with eating grapes?
Don't you make a vow every time you tell God you're going to stop doing the things that you call sin?
No. My question is it wrong to eat
I don't
grapes?
believe right and wrong.
Yeah, but but for the sake of the argument, I mean, what's wrong with eating grape?
What?
What's wrong with eating grape? Like, for the sake of the argument, like, what's wrong with eating grape?
There's nothing.
Right,
Right.
but you had
But if you
yeah,
make a
but
vow,
Samson-
you gotta keep it. It's still the same way.
Yeah,
You can get
Samson took
diarrhea
a
from
Nazarite-
eating too many
Nazarite
grapes.
vow.
Too
So
many grapes
it's not-
causes
diarrhea.
diarrhea.
It's a natural laxative.
oh yeah, we're big on coconuts here.
Why?
Hello, we put ice cream on that one.
No. Hold up. Yeah, exactly. Like, why do you think I took so many breaks? Like, coconut.
Oh, you're on that.
Diarrhea.
You're not on a coconut diet, are you?
No.
Mm.
He takes breaks.
No,
He's got to
no.
take a shit.
Hey,
Exactly.
Ronan,
Shit breaks.
Bukov can't sin, right? Do you know that, Ronan?
Pukov
Pukov
can.
can't. He doesn't even know. She doesn't even know what sin is.
I would hope not.
She says
Stop
she just
teasing.
doesn't.
We know girls poop. We know you take 20 shits a day.
Is pooping a sin?
You just gotta believe it isn't.
Sorry. I said that without thinking.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's strange 'cause for me, like normally I would have dipped about a half an hour ago, and I really feel bad because you guys like mock this shit, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be what chews you up and your kids.
Preacher, listen.
You guys are fucked.
We can understand the theology and also poke fun at it,
Rejected.
and it's not a sin.
Yeah, why were you
Rejected.
judging the?
Well, why is it not a sin
What?
though? Pooh?
Whoa.
I'm just curious. Why is it not a
Whoa!
sin?
Why are you judging the way that I talk
Not
about what
judging.
I say? No, you're.
I love
I
Pukov
feel
for
kind of
that.
judged right now.
Nothing.
No.
Whoa,
These are one
God.
of the things I love about
He's
Pukov.
still a jealous God. That shit don't change.
You want to know
He's never
something?
changed.
God laughs at my jokes.
Do you believe in
Even-
Jesus now?
Do I believe in Jesus now?
Yeah,
Jesus believes
God
in
doesn't
me.
hear
That's all that
sinners.
matters.
God
Is that
doesn't,
believes in
analogous
me.
predication or univocal?
God doesn't believe. God doesn't listen to sinners. He doesn't hear sinners.
I'm not a sinner. I don't
Why?
sin.
Why?
Bro, I don't even know what that shit is. What even word are
Why?
you saying to me
Well,
right now?
Why? You keep saying, but you're not telling us why.
She
What?
eats puppies.
I don't
You know,
sin
fuck
because
God.
why?
Yeah, why?
Taylor,
Because
this
I
might
don't
just
even
be
know
the
what that
highlight
is.
of
What
your
got rid
channel.
of sin for
You
you?
always have that same question again going,
I don't
can
know
you
what
sin?
sin
Can you
is.
sin?
No knowledge.
No
Yeah, no
knowledge
knowledge.
of good and evil.
Don't
Why?
need no stinking knowledge.
Because I am like a child.
Why?
A child
Eat a puppy,
that
preacher
vapes.
So
man.
I'm getting all the references, and that's awesome. That means you're reading your Bible,
It's his fault.
Yeah.
right? So
Mhm.
I understand all that. But that if you confess me before men, I will confess you to my Father. But if you deny me before men, I will deny you to my Father. That's real scripture.
In
Because the
Filipino
root-
culture,
No.
you're not in
Between-
big
just
doo-doo
between-
unless
Between me and you, right? Because this doesn't have to be live. This can just be fun.
You trying to have fun with me on not live?
Well,
Wait, what's going on?
I mean, we're live, right?
I didn't understand what you said. What are you saying?
Just check your messenger.
would
Oh
you
my
like
god,
would-
preacher, why did you send me that? Oh my god, dude, what the fuck?
Oh my god! Oh my god! I don't know. It was an accident. It slipped. It's
would you like a
Preacher.
pickup line again?
No,
Oh,
I
man,
don't sin because
sorry.
there
Fuck.
is no
Now you
good
know. Now
free-
you know
no,
about
no,
the
no, no,
giraffe.
no,
Now
listen,
you
listen,
got
bro,
pictures
bro,
of
bro,
the
bro.
giraffe.
There's I know I didn't want to see that shit and I did and I feel weird about it. And I don't know if I can like even look at you
World
right
star. World
Preacher
star.
man, you said it. You said it.
Listen,
Fuck off
you're-
those photos you
listen,
got
that's
floating
such
around
a
in the
compliment.
speedo.
You guys give me such a compliment that I'd be fucking big enough to slam a giraffe. It would take a giraffe to take it.
He did fuck the giraffe.
Yes. It's damn you. Oh, I don't know, man. I mean, an
That was
elephant
really
would.
good.
I
Wow.
mean, he should have said it would take an elephant, dude, because those things are heavy and huge. That's
Jesus.
like the largest land animal we have right now.
That's a MILF.
Why would I
dude.
want to fuck your mom?
Because that's a MILF, dude. That's a mammal I'd like to fuck. You feel me?
Yeah, elephant. Yeah, it's an elephant.
Ronan's mom is a Filipino work elephant.
What?
Wow, that's racist. There's not even elephants in the
You
That's
don't even know who my mother
bullshit.
is.
There's work elephants in the Philippines.
Are there?
We don't have. I mean, in
Sure
Thailand, there's no work elephants.
Dude,
I've
if they
There
had
are
seen
work
elephants,
elephants
preacher
in
man,
Thailand.
if they fucking had elephants, they would have been fucking extinct. Cause they're out fucking. They've resorted
you get
to
my
eating
message,
frogs and
Bugaf?
puppies.
These
We
are the
would have
rules
eaten
of
the
the game.
elephants and used
they
their
would have all
trunks
been
for
eaten by
spears and
now.
building houses.
Pukak,
Preacher.
these are the
They're
rules.
down to
These are the
insects
rules
and
to the game.
puppies and
No, you better listen up to me right
sometimes
now,
These are
grass.
the
preacher.
rules to the game.
Preacher,
You gotta play it right. You gotta play it right, or you're gonna
preacher
lose.
man. No, listen to me
lose.
right now here.
You're gonna lose. You're gonna lose.
Okay,
I've
what have I
you-
got to lose
listen,
when I say to
fun.
you that there is no good tree that beareth evil fruit. So how could I, coming from God, be
Okay.
evil if I recognize that
Read.
self in
I
myself?
sent you the verses.
Man,
Look
dude, I
for it.
gotta scroll through all this giraffe fucking pussy to get to the verse. Okay, hold on.
It is what it is. Yo, I'm like Ace
Yo,
Ventura. I'm like
this-
Ace Ventura and the
hold up.
asshole of the rhinoceros.
Hey, I gotta head to bed. Y'all have a good night.
Knock,
All right,
Yeah,
Reg.
you too, knock.
knock,
Yeah.
knock. Hold up, knock.
He's ever taken my
The Sandman is not knocking right now. Hold up.
No, I am
I've
literally
never had.
passing out. I gotta go to sleep.
No. If sleep
All
is
right,
this
all right.
and being awake is that, then you can be awake with us.
Have a good night,
I
Reg.
passed my bedtime. I'll be
Okay.
back. I'll be back. I'm good for like the first 2 hours of these. You guys go late. You Californians on that different time and shit.
Yeah, Knox
Hey.
got to go figure out what religion he's gonna be
You don't
tomorrow.
even live in
Yeah,
Washington.
yeah, whatever.
Wait,
I'm
hold up,
studying
hold
the gods of Sumer, yo.
Yeah, he's studying the gods of Sumer. Leave him alone. He's gonna fucking jet off into the
Right
meteors.
or wrong.
I'm
He's
gonna
just
worship Pazuzu.
gonna stick with that knowledge of good and evil. That's what he's
Oh
gonna
man,
do.
dude, if you start spitting pea soup, man, can you please let me know? Because I love pea soup, man. I'll take that. Anyway, thank you for coming on, man. I hope you come on again. I do enjoy talking with you and bullshitting with you.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah, no problem. I enjoyed it. It was fun. Yeah, I'll definitely come on again. It's just it gets late for me, so I'm good till about 1 o'clock probably.
Yeah. All right, man. You take care then.
All right,
Stay
y'all
well.
have a good night.
All right,
You
Reg.
too. Take care.
4, 5.
And then there were 4.
Out of the last 8 messages in the chat, my name comes up in 5 of them, and all 8.
Yeah,
All
you
8.
make yourself
This-
public enemy number 1. Like Pukov's up here talking about she eats puppies and babies and shit, and they still
Yeah.
they just ignore that casually.
No,
They
hold
go
up,
for
hold
you.
up, hold up. Private Wars said that he would eat dogs and cats because Private Wars knows what's up.
Because Private War is probably a fucking Asian, just like you.
As everybody should be.
Probably
Everybody
Asian.
should be Asian, diba? St. Ronan, ang Asian superior race yun.
Yeah.
Dude, preacher man, I shit you not. They view America as the richest country in the world because they can pick up a rock and there'll be a handful of roly polies, and nobody got those. They're virgin. It's virgin territory. The fields are ripe. Like in the Philippines, you lift up a rock, you're lucky to find a single roly poly.
Mm.
Oh, diba? Roly-polies, that's kind of like cornic. Like the
They're
snack.
hunted to extinction.
St.
Go,
Ronan.
go on. Yeah, go on. Yeah.
All
Yeah,
the
you're getting there.
creepeth things that creepeth the earth. preacher man,
Hindi
they're
joke
hunted
yan.
to extinction.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. Some of us here eat white grub. You know those worms there.
The ones that eat
That
the
like
coconut or
white
the
grub.
banana.
White
Yeah.
grub. White grub. You
White
know,
grub.
yeah, they pack a lot of protein. Not gonna lie.
Protein is good.
It keeps you full for the whole day.
It's true.
Carbohydrates are just the fillers.
Yeah, they're really just like sauce packets of white milky protein sauce.
Exactly. And yes, we grew up with bread and pancit eaten together. That's basically just bread and dried noodles. I'm
See,
not
this
kidding.
is-
We do that.
This is the way St. Ronan and I are the way that we are. We grew up in depravity. We grew up with nothing but bugs and sticks and more bugs.
Bugs, sticks, rice. Yeah, because the colonizer roaches were like busy thinking about how they could take resources from our land so that they could get richer. And the next thing you know, they just left us with carbohydrates and insects.
He just
Yo, I
said
didn't-
you guys came from.
Yeah, we do.
They're not
Roaches
complaining.
can fly.
Look at you see that they're not
Yeah,
even
well.
complaining about it.
Yeah,
They took
roaches
our
can
natural
survive
resources, but they
the
left our bugs
nuclear
alone.
holocaust. So what's up?
Can we get some rapture noises?
I set
Remember
I set a cockroach on fire one time in the Philippines and it still lived.
No way.
Mhm.
Well. Do you know of one thing that you can spray cockroaches with, and also on your nose?
What?
Bygone. Oh yeah, snip that, bro.
Bygone
But-
ba?
Yeah, but no, it's not like It's just a joke, man. And the reason why I say this, it's like for example, like before we leave the house, we would spray our rooms with like insecticide so that the mosquitoes don't go in, or if they're like mosquitoes hiding in our rooms, they would die. And then somebody would say, "Hala, yung antipara ko nasa room." And
Yung
then
ano?
one of us is doomed to go back in there and then like grab whatever it was missing. Well, you have to either hold your breath or put up with smelling with that insecticide that's still flying around the room. Yeah.
Yeah, I do be smelling like that, man. Well,
Yeah.
our house in the Philippines, or our apartment in the Philippines, was connected directly to an open canal, right?
Mhm.
And so we would get all sorts of like rats and ipis and like
Oh
cockroaches
my
and like
gosh.
spiders and like
Too
things
rich
like
in the
that would
Philippines.
come inside. Oh, dude, we were living. It was luxury. I mean, like we could have had whole ass like homeless people coming in sniffing paint into our apartment
See
complex.
that preacher man? She
We
was
were,
rich
we
in the
only
Philippines.
got
She had mosquito
cockroaches.
larvae.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we even have larvae
pero
hanging around the room too.
alam mo ba, Saint Ronan, ang
Mm.
nickname ko sa Pinas, Kite-Kite.
Kite-kite, bakit?
Ay, hindi ko nga alam. Katie eh. Katie,
Kite-kite.
Yeah, so my nickname in the Philippines was like, Taylor, have you ever seen the mosquito larva?
Yeah.
So in the Philippines, we call that kite-kite, and that was my nickname in the Philippines. They call me mosquito larva because
They
I'm
called you larva.
yeah, I was a larva.
Because you ate
Well,
you eat
in
handful of mosquito larvae.
in Filipino language, it sounds cute, but
Yeah.
when you break it down
Yo,
when you break it down in
so
English, it's like,
and
yeah.
they didn't call me that because I was malikot. They called me that because I would take whole handfuls in like a puddle, you know, like in the rice field. You know, you take like a big scoop of the mosquito larva and just protein.
Oh my
That's
god.
vitamin water in the Philippines. That's the version of vitamin water.
That's
That's
vitamin.
vitamin water.
Pang
Oh my
tigas.
gosh. And I thought I was the more oriental or ethnic one here. Turns
That's
out
why.
Pizza is
Look at
hardcore
my
Filipino.
look at my muscles. Look at my muscles. Huh? Diba? And the only thing I
Not gonna
wear
lie, you do have guns. I have guns of
There's
my
some
own
fucking
too.
mosquito bite muscles.
I just need to find a way to get rid of that, annoying baby fat.
Thank you, Taylor, man. Dude, you've been seeing. I've been loading up on protein with a mosquito larva. You see my hard work.
I just need to figure out how I can get rid of that, fat that is like hanging around my triceps.
Your fatty triceps?
Yeah, my fatty triceps.
You
I mean,
fucking hurt the preacher man's feelings again.
because I engage in kickboxing, and the only thing that improved was how hard and fast my punches were. But I could never get rid of the fatty.
My feelings jack up. I'm just minding my own business.
Preacher, do you do any martial arts?
Jukabar.
He said, "Oh,
man.
This motherfucker take it. This fool's a
Alam ko ang
fucking
lahat.
whole jujitsu practitioner with his Bible.
Yo, this guy's a whole ass fucking."
Jiu-jitsu.
I'm just not the dude. I'm not.
Sorry for that anti-Semitic
Wait,
joke.
hold up. Did you
Not
call
dude.
no? Did you call Preacher a Jiu-Jitsu because he's adopted into the House of Israel and considers himself a Jew?
No, he
I
does
consider
jujitsu
myself
moves on the
right.
fucking Bible to try to.
He is
There
a
goes
Jew. No, you called him a Jiu-Jitsu practitioner because he is a Jew.
Oh, that's the nicest shit anybody said about me in a long time.
He's
Yeah.
a Jew.
Yeah.
I am a Jew, motherfucker.
She called you a
Like
Jew.
genetically
Like,
and
that's a nice thing.
You
That's
no
a
way.
compliment.
Come on. I was just trying to get that out as a joke, but really, you're
No.
genetically a Jew?
The truth is, listen, there's only one place that she could know that from. There's only one thing that could tell her that. There's only
What?
one name. There's only one way she would know that. There's only
What?
one.
All right, hey, preacher man.
What?
Get your dreidel out and spin it, and show me what it lands on.
Dreidels ain't got shit to do with being Jewish.
Get your dreidel
You
out.
Don't use that word.
glass, bro. You're smoking that.
Wait, you don't have a dreidel?
You
Man,
don't know a
that's-
single letter on your fucking
star ain't
dreidel,
got
preacher
shit to do
man.
with David, dude. That star ain't got shit
You're gonna
to do
get
with
my
David.
video taken down for anti-Semitism.
Those aren't the real
No.
Jews. No, anti-Semitism. Get the fuck out of here.
What
I am a
does
real
this one say?
Yeah,
That's-
you gotta
that's
have
Hebrew.
those.
That's not
You
Jewish.
gotta have those.
That's Hebrew. not-
Hate het mem samek.
Yeah, the Jews spoke Hebrew.
Real Jews can't sin.
Oh, I see. Okay, well then.
What does this say? What does it mean?
That's
I don't even know what it means.
It was
That's Hebrew.
hey het mem samek.
Somebody translate this, please. I don't know what it means.
Hey het
Same.
samek. It doesn't say anything.
What do you mean it doesn't say
It
anything?
doesn't say anything.
Okay,
Well, that's
I'm
fucked
back
up.
in. Quiet.
Super
Preacher.
Idol di Sharon, Domini
Preacher.
Dutien.
Come back. Okay, Saint Ronan, what's the most fucked up thing you've seen in the Philippines? I want to know how deep your trauma goes.
That's a good question. Because every other traumatizing thing I ever encountered was, well, basically it was the death of my grandfather. I was just simply devastated. And
Mhm.
second, when we were going downhill to get to our church, on the way we saw a truck tipped over, and we were wondering, why is there like red guts coming out? Like it was like a sharp turn, okay, so we couldn't see what's on the other side, but later on I was like seeing some pink stuff, like mist.
Saan
And
ba
then
yun?
when dito sa syudad, sa crossing,
Sige, sige.
yung my
Buka,
straight road
whip
and
that
my
shit out
curbs
again.
elbow. And then what
What?
happened
Wait,
was
hold up. Sorry. What, Taylor?
Whip out that fucking thing again.
What about what thing?
That Hebrew.
You want me
the
to bring
Hebrew.
it out?
Oh yeah, that one. I'm convinced you're a girl.
Ay, putang ina. Sorry.
Look at you see that? It's backwards.
Well, it's probably because it's reversed on the screen.
No, it's
It might
supposed to
be
be read
reversed.
like that. But you see that flat bottom? That's
Mm-hmm.
right. One over, another one over. That one. All right. That's supposed to be at the end of the word. That word is hasamayim.
Hasamayim.
What does that mean?
That means heaven. But those two are reversed because the word that's a samic and that's a mem, and that has to be reversed. Like that. Hebrew words only end in 5 letters, and that indicates when you have the flat bottom. That's a M, mem. That's a H. That's a M.
That's the mem.
Mem, yeah.
Mem.
Yeah, but that's supposed to be at the end of the fucking word. Because that's
'Cause this
samic.
is
The
supposed to
last
be
letter
clear.
is samic. See, that's what
Okay.
the reason that's flat at the bottom right there is because that's the end of the word.
Damn.
Dang.
Taylor,
I'm impressed with Taylor.
dude, you don't even know, bro. You don't even know, dude.
That's the word hasamayim. I can tell by the vowels. But you got
Preacher,
the mem and the samic reversed.
read this shit, man.
That doesn't say anything.
First
It doesn't say.
Corinthians 1:19. 1 Corinthians 1:19.
What is that?
Right. I got my
Look it up.
Bible here. Hold on.
Oh, wait, Ron.
Look it up.
hold up.
1 Corinthians 1:19.
1 Corinthians 1:19. I got it. Here it is.
It doesn't matter what it says because it's not a sin to go against it.
I hope there's not
It
a
is written, I will destroy the
about-
wisdom of the wise and will
It's-
bring to
it's not a
nothing the
sin.
understanding of the prudent. Yeah, this talks about,
One more time, Ronan.
Yeah, one more time, Ronan.
for it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise and will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent.
Yeah, so
So you can
know
speak 10
Hebrew-
languages for all I give a shit.
Yeah, if you know
You still
Hebrew and
said you have
Greek and what
no.
that means in Greek or whatever, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Ang
You know the word for
masipag
wise and
ay walang
Exactly.
alam, diba?
you know
Just
the word for
somebody can
wise.
write.
You see, when you read it the way he does, you're going to get a lot of problems.
You can write, read, and speak in Hebrew, and I can write, read, and speak in English. It's all.
You know what the word for wise in Greek is?
Doesn't matter.
Philos?
No, it doesn't.
No. What
No,
is
it doesn't
it?
because that contradicts. It's a self-contradicting statement.
No.
I mean, dude, if
Is
if
it?
wisdom wasn't a thing, then you wouldn't
Bible
have
changed it,
Proverbs or Ecclesiastes.
But it
We're
doesn't
big
matter.
on this
It
one.
doesn't matter if you go against the book. Doesn't matter because it's not a like if you're
It
a
does
believer.
matter if you go against the book because you're
Hell,
gonna
it's
lose.
not a
if you
sin. It's not a sin.
What
God
book?
said,
If you go against the book, that means you don't believe in the book. So then you'll still be judged by the law. So then technically, yeah, dude, you still
If you
sin.
go against the
but
book, it's not
according
a
to you, it
sin.
wouldn't be a sin. All I
It's not
have
a
to
sin.
believe is I don't,
Not
and I
true.
could go
If you
against
go
the book
against the
as
book,
much as I like.
There's
light
no
in you.
sin. Sin doesn't exist. So you can't
For
right.
the
Even if you go against the book,
believer. For
sin
the
doesn't exist for you.
believer. Only for the believer. If you go against the book, then you're not a
But
believer.
if you believe in the book,
then you
and
got to
go
go back.
against, say you believe in the
No,
book, you say, "Hey, I'm gonna
you
go
gotta go
against it because sin don't exist for me anymore."
believe
What's
in the
that
book,
mean?
you go by the book. If you don't believe in the book, then you don't go by the book. If you don't believe in the book, you're going to be judged by the law. You're
No, but
gonna
that's
Hey, Rolf, keep
logic.
that towel here.
That's logic, you motherfucking dumbass. And God will
Yeah, it
visit
is.
your
It's
fucking
really
logic
simple
with
logic.
wrath, just like you
If you
fucking showed
believe
us
in
in the
it,
fucking
then
Bible.
you'll
You
line
fucking
up with
moron.
it. No, dude, you're just
Hey,
schooled.
But
Rolf,
God
keep
will
that towel
visit the
here.
wise man in his craftiness.
You're a
You're
joke.
being a fucking
Taylor,
wise
you're
man.
a
The
joke.
Bible's simple. Sin is
joke.
fucking gone, Perry. Sin is gone. There's no more sin.
If you
Your
believe
wisdom
in
will be
it,
visited. The Lord will
right?
visit
If
the
you
wise in their
believe,
craftiness, just like
if
you
you
said.
believe,
Oh,
if you
well,
don't line
if
up
they
with the
do
book,
believe in the
because you
book,
don't believe.
right? They believe in the book. They
If you
won't go
don't
against.
line
No,
up with
that's
the book,
wisdom.
it's because
That has
there's no
nothing
light.
to do with it. The Lord
Yeah,
will
it does.
visit the wise in his
The,
craftiness.
the
Yeah.
thing that Paul was
Chapter
talking
5,
about in
verse
1
3 says
Corinthians
otherwise.
19 was he was talking about wise
Isaiah
asses
chapter 8,
and,
verse 20 says
wise
otherwise.
asses
If you
who will
don't line
attempt
up
to
But yeah,
with
he
lead
went
people away
against the
from the
book.
faith.
Perry
going
just
hell.
went against the book, and it's not a sin.
Yeah, I went against the book. Yeah, I went
You
against
went
the
against the book.
I line up with the book.
Oh.
I line up with the book. You're out of
You
your
said it
mind.
doesn't matter if you're a wise man, but then when I said,
No, you're
okay,
just
so
making
it's okay to
excuses.
break the
You're
book,
sorry
you try to bring
excuses
wisdom
for
into the
yourself.
equation.
Making
Fuck the
sorry
Bible.
I know, Taylor.
Excuses. Can't read. I don't have time. I gotta put everything else first. Fuck you, God. I'm gonna. I just reject God. I'm just gonna sit here.
Did
Talk
you
shit about
just
everybody.
say?
Shit.
Did
'Cause
you
I'm just
just?
Taylor. You're a fucking joke, dude.
Yo, preacher, do you believe in modern revelation?
If I'm gonna just look at the definition of the two
That's a
words,
good question.
the Bible's it. That's it.
That's
I
it.
believe in general and special revelation.
There's no revelation that can be contemporary to us.
You can't take away. You can't add to it. You can't take away from it. If you don't line up with it, it's because there's no light in you.
Mm.
If you don't line
So
up, it's 'cause you don't line up. If you don't
So
line
there's
up,
no revelation whatsoever. There's
fucking
no
joke.
there's no revelation whatsoever. Like now,
Revelation is revelation.
The car passed by.
how do you define revelation?
The name of the book.
Besides in the Bible, like revelation is a divine
Yeah, I
occurrence.
should be like, oh my god, I've been to jail 90 fucking times. I gotta stop going. That's a revelation. Okay.
That's a revelation, but it's not a divine revelation, right?
No.
Is there
Any
such a thing as divine revelation?
Having it all in your imagination.
Man, speaking of Jim, I gotta hit the heavy bag again.
So wait, God cannot directly talk to his people.
God does not directly talk to anybody. He gave you the book.
And that's it.
That's it.
He doesn't talk to anybody after that.
No.
Why? So what's the point of prayer?
He doesn't hear sinners. There is no point in prayer unless you're.
So what's the point of what's the point of prayer to believers if the Bible is it and there's no revelation?
You're believers. Fact. I promise you on everything.
So he hears believers and he does what with their prayers?
For who?
For the believers.
For believers, he answers them.
So there is revelation.
Immediately. You want a snowman the next day, you're gonna have nothing.
So there is revelation.
There is revelation.
Bro.
Listen, you're mistaking an answered prayer for revelation. That's not revelation. That's just an answer.
So no.
Depends on the context of the story.
No. If you ask God for revelation and he gives you that is revelation.
Yeah, the revelation you get, it's called Revelation. There's 22 chapters. It's in the Bible. Read it.
No, if you ask God for revelation for a specific situation that you're going through,
it's always going to be what's in the book.
No, bro. If I go and pray to God right now,
bro.
Preacher, you know what? You know what? Just because you got a clean cut on your beard doesn't mean you get to talk over
The
me.
book
Listen up.
is all you get.
Listen, if I
Thanks
pray to
for the
God,
compliment.
if I pray to God and I say, God, please give me revelation on this specific instance in my life, and
Nope.
he gives me revelation, that's
Nope.
not actually
That's
revelation.
not God. That's the other one.
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
I know.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's
Watch
not
out
me.
for it.
I don't get it.
It's just
I don't
dangerous.
know.
That's just dangerous. It's dangerous as fuck.
Wait, why? So if you're praying for
I can show you the
revelation,
verse. I'll send you the verse.
So when
what is the
Moses
word?
specifically
Give me the
asked
verse.
God to do something
I'm gonna send you
specifically,
the verse.
and he granted that.
Ronan, it's out of your league, dude.
No, I'm
Hey,
because
don't be saying shit like that, because we're all in each other's leagues right now, okay?
No, we're not.
God sees us all as equal. He
No,
might
we're
sees
not.
you as a little
We
bit
are
different,
not.
Perry, because you're a bit
No,
special,
we're
but
not.
we're all,
We're not
yep,
the same
we
league.
are. Yes.
We're not
what
the
kind
same.
of special?
Blind
Yes.
yourself all you want.
Special
We are all
Keep
children
lying
of
to
God.
yourself all you want.
No, we're all children of God.
Keep lying to yourself.
You might be the redheaded stepchild of God,
give
but
you
we're
a
all
couple.
children of
So
God.
wait, so when Moses
give you a
got the prayer, got his prayer answered, was that not a revelation by from God?
No. Fair answer.
So Moses never had a revelation.
What's that? Okay, what is this?
That was
Moses
before Jesus.
specifically asked God
Time.
to
That was
specifically
a
pray
different
to
time.
God to
God used to
bring
talk
his
to people
people to the
back then.
promised land.
God used
And
to talk to people back then. He doesn't talk to them now.
Why?
Okay, when
Why?
you go to that verse,
Then
was he
why would they believe
directly
now?
talking to Moses, or was it a Mirianism?
Oh, wait, can you repeat that word?
A
Ronan?
Mirianism.
What is a
Mirianism.
Marianism? What does that mean? I've never heard
It's
that.
like when you go to Genesis 1, and then if you take it by its surface, it's like you got like 6 days sequence, but no, what Moses was doing there was a Mirianism. You're not getting a tautology, it's a Mirianism. It's like God relates his
That
working
last one.
reality to a
That
guy
last
who works 5 to 6 times a day, and he rests on Sunday. That's a Mirianism. And then if you're going to say he rested on the Sunday, then that's going to give you some
anytime
problems, because
somebody
that would
asks you
violate God's infinite attribute of infinitism, and he's infinite. He can't rest. I mean, he doesn't rest.
All right. Can you show me any of that in scripture, Ronan?
Genesis 1. Take a look. He relates his experience. He relates that experience.
Oh, wait, hold up. Let me read this this quote. Do you want me to read 5 or 16 in Jeremiah 23, preacher?
Wait, I didn't give you 5. I gave you 16.
Yeah, you gave me 16 and
And
5.
no, I'm sorry, 35 would have been
35. Okay, gotcha. Okay,
35.
so 16 is
Type
as
crap
such.
where-
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, hearken not unto the words of the prophet that prophesy unto you. They make you vain. They speak a vision of their own heart and not out of the mouth of the Lord. So I'm not
Right.
talking about that, like people that
That's what you're doing.
prophesy their
That's
feelings.
exactly what you're doing.
It's people. It's not people that prophesy their feelings or prophesy whatever their interpretations
Where
are.
they
It's
think
people
God
that
knows
have
them.
prayed to God and have
then they
received
think
an
they heard.
answer. No,
No, there's
that
no.
they
According to
no,
it,
nah.
can't.
Hold
If
up,
you're a sinner, you can't.
hold up.
God doesn't hear
Nah,
sinners.
up, you giraffe fucker. Hold up. This is what's up. If you receive personal revelation to yourself,
It's garbage.
no. If you prophesy it, no. If you prophesy it unto other people,
I gotta
it's
clip
garbage.
this one.
But if you if you believe that unto yourself, if you accept that revelation unto yourself, then it is
And you
truth.
fucked yourself.
Nope. If you prophesy
Yeah,
it
that's
unto
your
other
own heart.
people,
Yeah, that's your own heart.
Is that what the giraffe said to you?
hold up.
Is that what the giraffe said to you?
That's hard for you because you keep thinking you hear that voice. That's not your
It's
voice.
it's not hard for me at all because
the word.
I trust in God. Thus shall ye
If you
say
trust him, then you
everyone to
trust
his
his word.
neighbor and everyone to his brother, what hath the Lord answered and what hath the Lord spoken?
Exactly.
Bro, this is a verse about non-duality.
It's about scripture.
It's a verse about non-duality.
Because the only thing he spoke is scripture. That's it. That's what you get.
It's a verse about non-duality, homeboy.
No, because 1 Timothy chapter 6.
No, hold up. Just because you got a nice haircut doesn't mean you can talk over me like I said before. This is about non-duality. And the previous verse, 16, is personal revelation. It's not if you prophesy it unto other people, then it's heresy. The revelation that you pray for and receive is not answered for in this verse, bro.
It's garbage.
No, listen, hold up. Fix the brim
I
on
know
your
you don't
cap
want
and then address
it.
me. No. Fix the brim
know
on
you
your
don't want
cap and then address me, because what you're saying is
I have-
bullshit. You're confused. You're
There you
confused.
go.
Yeah, I'll
I'm
take
not
it. All right, go ahead. Yeah, let me see
Yeah,
what
your
what you
fucking
got
hat's
going on here.
crooked, preacher. It's fucking crooked.
I will tell you. I
Hold up,
will
no,
tell.
shut the fuck up. He needs look at his fucking hat. It is fucking crooked. It needs
I'm
to
gonna
be
look at
fixed.
that hat.
Yeah, it's the
Preacher
hat
man,
that
just you know,
Preacher.
Your
Preacher.
hat is fucking crooked.
Oh, preacher.
Deal with that
Yep.
immediately.
Preacher man, I'm gonna read your verse. 1 Timothy 6, chapter 6, 3, 5. If any man teach otherwise and consent not to wholesome words, even the words of our Lord Jesus Christ, and to the doctrine which is according to godliness, he is proud, knowing nothing, but doting about questions and strifes of words, whereof cometh envy, strife, railings, evil surmisings, perverse disputings of men, of corrupt minds, and destitute of the truth. It's not finished.
Destitute.
Oh, destitute of the truth, supposing that gain is godliness. From such withdraw with thyself.
Yep.
So if you're preaching out of
Anything
vanity,
against the
then
doctrine,
it's not acceptable.
anything that doesn't line up with the doctrine is not acceptable. Correct.
Exactly. So
Right.
if you
So
receive
listening to your
personal
own
revelation,
revelation is not according to doctrine.
whoa, hold up.
Uh,
You still haven't fixed your brim. Hold up.
I'm not going to.
If
It's
you
the perfect way
preach
to-
things that are contrary to the doctrine, then yes. But if you receive personal revelation
That's
that is
garbage.
not contrary, no,
Not from
it's
God.
not. Read
That's
what you
not
just sent
from
me,
God.
bro. Read what you just sent
That
me.
is not God's word. That is completely
Read what you
against
just sent me, homeboy. Every verse that you
No,
sent me supports
you're
what I'm
not
saying.
listening. You're
Hey,
not listening. You're clinging
You're a
to your
fraud. You're a hypocrite.
You're gonna lose.
Yeah, you're
You're
preaching
gonna
gayness. Preacher man's preaching that
You're the one
gayness
that's
is godly. He got Saint Ronan
I
having
gotta
the
say
whole
this
wrong
right
idea
now.
about me.
K-pop is like
He
kicking
got
preachers'
Saint
booty
Ronan out
right
here
here.
undressing me with his eyes, falling for the shit.
Mm.
Who's
Preachers
undressing
preaching
you?
gayness is ungodly.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah, it isn't God.
Well, good thing I
No,
don't
he's
preach
preaching that
then.
it is godly.
Yeah, because he says you can't sin. By
Can't sin.
that
Yeah, so like
connotation.
it
Yeah.
said,
Saint
he's
Bruno.
preaching that
Yep.
gayness is godly. And that's what
I'm
he told
Mm.
Randall.
Judge gay
Mm.
people.
What? Oh, he did?
I
No.
find it funny that you judge gay people and you dress like a chick. You're a hypocrite.
who's judging gay people?
Taylor, right
Who-
now.
What? How do you know that?
He's saying
Taylor's
that
dressing like a stick.
I've never just like a chick in
What?
my life. I don't know what the hell you
Yeah, he
talking
just
Oh,
about.
when he showed his legs. Yeah, that was funny, dude.
Oh, whoa,
The Bible
whoa, whoa,
says
whoa,
a
whoa,
man
whoa,
shall
whoa,
not
whoa,
wear
whoa.
the things that
Hold
pertain
up,
to a
hold up.
woman.
Look, there it is.
And
Mm-mm.
likewise,
See,
the
there you go.
woman shall not wear the
Hypocrite,
vessels of a
preaching
man, preacher.
hypocrisy.
You know the Bible says that. You know the Bible says that, don't you?
I am
Yeah,
not
but I'm
gonna
not into
allow
that, bro.
I
my
wore a dress
no.
once for a skit.
The Bible says a man shall not wear
That wasn't
that which
so.
pertains to a woman, nor will the woman wear the vessels of a man.
I wore a black dress with white polka dots,
But you gay.
and I did it for a skit because I needed to graduate from fourth year high school. It was on
So-
PE.
I'm so sorry that you had to deal with that, Ronan.
No, actually, there was nothing wrong with it. I mean, it was actually funny in a way. Because I'm
Preacher,
like,
quick,
you know,
Preacher,
giving
if you
people
could
a
be
laugh.
any animal, what would you be?
Giraffe.
I already am an animal.
If you could be any animal, what would you be?
I already am an animal.
Eh.
Ecclesiastes 3:18.
Whoa, hold up.
Go
You're
to
an
Ecclesiastes.
animal? Wow.
Read the verse.
Wait,
Before
okay. I'm gonna read the verse.
You
So
already know.
as I'm looking up the verse, I want you to talk on that.
Ecclesiastes 3:18.
Ecclesiastes what?
I'm
3:18.
gonna
Okay.
take a look at that too.
So
I've been wanting
so yeah, speak on that. I want to know more about
I'm gonna go read that.
3:18, right?
3:18. I
Remember the-
said in mine heart concerning the estate of the sons of men, God might manifest them, and that they might see that they themselves are beasts. For that which befalleth the sons of men befalleth beasts. Even
Right.
one thing befalleth them.
That's why he says
So
the
one
invisible things of him from the creation of
Yeah.
the world are clearly seen, being understood by them that are made, is because animals can't sin. So why do you?
Wait.
What?
So wait, you believe that you're an animal,
I know I am. The Bible
but
says
you also are a young Earth, flat Earth creationist.
I'm
He's
a
a what?
fucking Bible believer. Why do you keep trying to slap
You're
labels
not a
on me?
fucking
No.
Bible believer, you
I'm
fucking idiot.
trying to understand. It's not coming. No. It's not coming from any place of trolling. I'm just trying to understand where you reconcile
I
these
know you're
beliefs.
not. Taylor is though.
Because
Getting ready
you
to
know,
throw me off the channel.
pretty
Get ready
much
for
a
Taylor
lot
to drop a nuclear bomb
the
again.
people that believe that they are animals tend to be atheists, right? The people that believe that they are animals tend to be
Yeah,
atheists.
he's a whole fucking idiot. He's reading a
But
verse.
he is a
I'm only going by the Bible.
I don't even know how to
You're
describe
not going
it.
by the Bible. You don't
You
know
didn't
anything
figure it
about
out before I
Ecclesiastes.
did. You're a fucking joke, dude. Just read the Bible. Give a
Alright,
shit about.
just read the Bible. Then. Katie, pull up Genesis chapter 1, verse 26.
Yeah, I got it here.
Genesis 1.
Thing you can.
Okay,
I got
Ronan's
my
got it.
I got my
Genesis chapter
Bible
1,
over here. Don't worry
26.
about it.
This
Ecclesiastes
motherfucking idiot could have
3,
read this in a children's Bible.
Genesis 1:20. Am I correct?
Genesis chapter 1, right? And this is the
1:26.
very beginning of the
Yeah.
Bible. The preacher had to open this at some point. Verse 26.
Yeah, I know what 1:26 says.
Hold on. And God said, "Let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth." Okay, these are animals. But when you reach 25, or like when you reach 26, and God said, "Let us make man in our image." So we're
Okay,
not
tell me
entirely
what the
beasts.
difference is. Does he?
So when
does he
we
give you a
so when we
difference?
get to Ecclesiastes
No, he
3:18,
Oh,
Solomon wasn't necessarily saying that we are animals, but like animals, we get killed in the very same way. Animals get killed by blades. We get killed by the voiding of oxygen.
35.
You know,
No, read the verse
whatever
26.
befalls
What
an
does
animal
verse
also
26
befalls
say?
them.
He's saying the Bible contradicts.
Somebody's gonna appreciate it.
He said, look,
There
read
is
verse
somebody here that'll
26 in its
appreciate it.
entirety.
Yeah, I'll read it in its entirety. Actually, when I went there, yeah, it's not that we are animals, but it's a predication. It's analogous
It's
predication.
the exact opposite. Verse 26
Mhm.
literally
Or
talks
them.
about.
Yo,
And God said, hold on,
Ronan,
yeah.
after this one, look up Deuteronomy 4:35.
4:35. All right. And God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the
Our
fowl of the
image,
air,
our
and over the
likeness,
cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth." Now I'm gonna go to do Puka a favor. Head to Deuteronomy chapter 4. You're welcome, kababayan.
Daniel.
Ay, maraming salamat, kabayan.
Yeah,
It's Daniel.
4:35, bro.
yeah, I'm right at it. I'm right at it.
Ah, sige.
And I might as well be a scribe anyway.
Ay, talaga ba?
Unto thee it was shewed that thou mightest know that the Lord, He is God. There is none else beside Him.
Eh,
Daniel.
teka. Daniel, sorry. 4:35.
Oh, it's Daniel. Oh, it's Daniel.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I know what that is.
My bad.
It's like a preschooler, man. It's like, look at me, I got it right, you did it wrong. Anyway, and all the inhabitants of the earth are reputed as nothing, and He doeth according to His will in the army of heaven. And among the inhabitants of earth, no one can say his or hand say unto him, "What doest thou? What doest thou?"
You don't mean
Basically,
shit.
you can't judge the
You don't
guy.
mean shit. You don't mean shit. You're not
Preacher.
worth shit.
Preacher.
This is a different case.
Hold up.
I'm not worth shit.
Who does your
just
hair,
died for
preacher?
it.
Wait. Whoa. Who does your hair? Just real quick.
I do. My wife.
You do?
She looked
It
like
looks good.
I was about to say scissor hand blue regard. I'm sorry.
You-
I had to.
Wait, hold
And
up.
all
Wait, before you read that. Wait. Preacher. Do you do your eyebrows too?
Sometimes.
Yeah, they look good.
No, those are natural.
Hey! Oh, sige. What about your beard? Who does your beard? You do your beard?
I do that. I can't
Let's
trust my
see
Creepy
the
that I got
other
here.
side. Ah, yeah. Okay.
I can see this.
Why do you do your beard like that?
For because I like it.
Yeah.
I look homeless if I let it go any longer.
What's wrong with being homeless looking?
There's nothing wrong with being homeless. Technically, I am.
What do you mean?
I mean, if I didn't have my wife, I'd be homeless.
What do you mean if you didn't have your wife?
I didn't have my wife. If I didn't have what I have, I'd be homeless.
He leeches off his wife. He don't
Oh, he-
fucking work. His wife does. His wife
fuck
works
outta
at the
here, man.
diner at the truck stop.
Listen, let me
And
clue
let
you,
this
man. I
motherfucker
gave
sit
up
there and leech
$100,000
all over her.
I gave up $100,000 a year to be a stay-at-home dad.
You smell very good.
He leech off his wife.
I'm not gonna lie, Pukov. You smell really good. You have a good smile. Not gonna lie.
Wait, I smell
There's that
really good.
creepy shit.
Whoa,
Smile,
hold
smile.
up, hold up.
I said smile. You said
Oh,
you
you
have a
said
really good
smile.
smile. That's all I'm
Sige,
saying.
There's
sige.
that creepy shit.
Kala ko, inaamoy mo ako eh.
Bro, that's like the creepiest thing that I have.
Hey.
I mean, well,
You could
all I
find it.
said was you have a good smile. I mean, I had to.
I thought you said I had a good smell.
Like, yeah, how could I smell you from like 92,000 miles away from there?
Indeed.
He's
92,000.
like, I'm not really 92,000 miles away.
Are you a fucking female and have no sense of
He's like,
direction? There ain't no
well,
He's literally
92,000.
farther.
Wow,
I'm in
you're
the
really
No,
closet.
wait, hold up, preacher.
Been warning
You're
you
like
all night,
whispering in my brain. Hold up, can
This
you?
is
hold up.
projection now by Preacher, dude.
No,
There ain't
okay.
no 90. You can't get anywhere.
Listen,
You go around
listen.
around the globe twice, 3 times with 92,000 miles.
It's an exaggeration. What my point is I'm really far. I'm in the Philippines right now, and Pukov is God knows where.
How many
Yeah, only
warrants
God
do you have
knows
in
where.
the United States? I'm just curious.
Yeah, but there
He's
ain't no
got 25,
92,000 miles on the
27.
planet. You're close to the
Yeah.
moon. You can get to the moon. That's
Wait,
like halfway to the moon.
hold up, preacher. Can you like say into the mic real quick the word moist? Like just like
What the
really
fuck
quick.
is wrong with you?
Yo, chill.
Ronan, dude. You're like the female version of Ronan now.
Hey, that's mad racist. Okay, first of all,
Man, he really thinks that I'm a
Yeah, what
creep.
the fuck, dude? Preacher, man, you can't be fucking talking about
He really
Filipino
thinks I'm
people
a
like
creep.
Yeah,
that.
what the
All right,
fuck?
whatever.
Right? I'm
They're
just
fucking. They're fucking.
I mean, all
poor.
I wanted to say that Pukov has a nice smile, and then he goes on, "Oh
you go,
man, you're so fucking creepy."
Oh man.
Yeah, that shit was kind of gay though. I'm not gonna lie. That was pretty
I
fucking
mean, it
gay.
is kind of gay since considering I have a, diba, talong, diba, Saint Ronan.
Ta la 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 long, ta lo 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 long long li long lo long, talong.
So essentially, what that song means in Tagalog is, I'm not gonna say it. Anyway,
Eggplant. But I would say Aborigine because
Actually,
I
Private
like to
Wars.
be
Listen,
posh.
Private Wars made a comment. He says that like he's proud to lose 100,000 a year. I traded.
what?
My wife. When I met my wife, I got her pregnant. And I was like, "Listen, I'm going to take care of you." And I went to work. The same as I've always have, and I paid for everything for over a year. And all the kids at one point sat me down.
Wait. Because my brain enjoys timelines. At what point in your life
5
did you
years.
get her pregnant?
Oh, within 3 weeks of me and her.
Was that your first child?
No.
Okay.
No, and
Go ahead.
I knew, I already knew. I was like, if we do this, you're gonna have a son. And she's like, oh, okay. All right.
And then you brought the son.
Yeah, his name is Noah. Oh, he's
What?
my little guy that went for his fucking surgery this week.
Is he okay? Is he doing okay?
Yeah, they pulled out his 4 front teeth. And
Hey.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yep.
hold up, wait. Did you get to keep the teeth?
No, they sent him off for testing. Because he's like born with that where just his grill's not good. So they're worried about his other teeth coming in.
So you didn't get to keep the teeth.
No.
Keep the teeth. That's
Keep the
lame.
key.
No.
Keep the key.
Keep the teeth.
Deep.
No, when I met her, that's what it was. We were together for 2 years before we got married. Been 5
pretty
years.
rad.
That's
though.
actually
You know.
it's actually
Today,
adorable, I'm not
actually,
gonna lie.
I would say this: an hour and 19 minutes ago ended my 3-year anniversary.
Happy
Yeah.
anniversary to you guys, belated.
It was our anniversary. Yep.
It's the anniversary.
Too bad
We
I'm gonna
celebrated
celebrate
that
it
on
in the
his
club.
channel.
Wait, what?
We just
Taylor?
celebrated
Nothing.
it. So when your teeth fall out individually from methamphetamine uses, can you send them to Pukov?
I don't do meth.
Yo, bro, I got so many jars.
Got so many jars.
Yo, please let me keep your teeth.
It's witchcraft.
Well, I'll tell you
Yo.
what. Well,
Yo, no,
I'll
no,
tell
no,
you
hold
what.
up. Somebody, I have, hold up. Somebody's
to get a
belly
weird thing.
button lint.
It's gonna be something
Hold
that's
up.
cringe. It's gonna be something fucked up.
Somebody's belly button lint is in here that's perfectly circular shaped. Okay.
Mhm.
I wish I could-
Somebody's.
She's
Look
one
at
of the-
that. That's a belly button lint. Can you believe that?
Yeah, it's a bad button lint. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so if you lose teeth or any other body parts due to whatever is going on in your life, I will take it.
Well, if I do lose a teeth in a kickboxing match, then yeah, you know what? I might
Yeah.
as well send it to you. Yeah.
Preacher, have
So
you,
I
you
might
lost any
fight
teeth yet?
next year.
Preacher?
Huh?
No.
Why?
I have all my teeth. I take care of my teeth.
I don't.
Why? Why do you take care of your teeth?
Because I got a pretty smile.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Let's see you smile.
I like my teeth.
Yeah. Oo, nakakagilig talaga. Oh my god.
Yeah.
E?
But no, he said I was proud to lose 100 grand a year. No, I was proud to trade it. I was happy to trade it. After about a year and a half of me working and my wife staying home, my kids said, "No, we want you." So me and my wife sat down and went over everything. We lost over $3,000 a month for me to stay at home, but she likes what she does, and I knew we
You
could
like what
cover
you
it.
do, you little fucking
I
mooch.
loved what I do. I
You-
loved.
no,
I more than like my
you
job.
love sitting there on the
Loved my
fucking computer while your wife goes to
No,
fucking work.
no. I'm talking about before this.
You love that shit.
I loved my job. I thrived on my job. I was addicted to my job.
Mm.
But
But
my job leads to a lot of other things, and
Mhm.
it was more advantageous for me to be at home with the kids. And so I'm a dad. That's it. I'm just a dad. I'm the preacher and a dad. I don't, I side hustle, wood shit, and whatever whatever comes up. But I don't. I'm in. I traded up.
Taylor, I gotta ask you a
The
question.
kids for money, man.
Yes,
Fuck
sir.
money.
Hold on, let me.
There's a lot about me you guys don't even. Nobody even knows.
No shit, because you only when you smear your when you drag your ass on the internet and leave your little shit trail.
I
All
only
right, you
preach.
don't leave every detail. It's all the
This is
negative
girl.
shit. And I've been telling you
No,
about this.
I only preach the Bible, man.
No, you don't.
Everybody
You're talking about we're animals and
Yeah.
shit like Darwinian evolution.
90% of the negative shit you hear about me isn't even true.
You're smoking meth.
I don't.
You try to say we're animals because of Ecclesiastes
We are.
3:18.
You said
You have
Exactly.
something fucking whole boneheaded every time I talk to
you
you.
are an animal, dude. That's it.
No,
Nothing
we're
more.
not. That's
We
an
start
he's
the Bible,
relating to us.
preacher.
You're
Preacher man.
not
We
shit.
read
dude.
the
You
first
don't matter.
fucking chapter of the
You
fucking Bible,
don't
and it talks
matter.
out a clear paradigm
You
that
don't
we are
matter. No,
not
it doesn't.
fucking animals. There is a
No, it
true
doesn't.
dichotomy between man
No, it
and
doesn't.
beast.
It does not say you're not an animal. It just says you were created differently.
Ecclesiastes is
What?
putting
Same
the
as them.
pseudonym, right? It's making
Whatever,
us
dude.
synonymous
Keep
with
lying to
animals and
yourself,
how we're
Taylor, man.
behaving.
I don't care. Keep lying to yourself, dude.
Preacher man, I tell my
It
children that they're
matter.
acting like
You don't
fucking
matter.
animals all the
You don't
fucking
matter,
time.
dude.
And that's what
You don't
God's telling
matter.
us.
You don't matter.
Yeah, we act like animals all the time. We act like them, but we're not them.
'Cause you are
That's just
one.
Same thing
that's
you
just
tell
the
your fucking
relation.
children when they're running
Because
the
you
bus.
are one. You act like one because you
Dude,
are
he's
one.
basically relating us to beasts,
Shut
but that doesn't mean we
your
are.
Oh my god, you fucking people are retarded.
I liken my children to animals
Yeah,
all the
what?
time.
Yeah, my sentiments
But
exactly.
Dumb
the
as
Bible,
fuck.
like this fucking idiot, man. Like the Bible's so fucking clear.
The
It's
Bible
so
tells the truth.
picture fucking
Mhm.
You're
perfect.
fucking
In the
dumbass
first
lying
chapter of the
animal.
Bible, that
Mhm.
the beast, everything that creepeth was made on what? The 5th day. Man came on
Yeah.
the 6th day.
Yeah,
Yes,
man,
exactly.
All the
man
beasts on the
created
5th day.
separate from them.
Mhm.
Man, the
They're
6th
one
day.
and the same.
Preacher
They're one and
man,
the same.
you're a whole fucking moron. You don't
They're
even
one
know
and
what
the
to say
same.
in a children's Bible.
I'll put it to you like this: if you were really hungry, you'd eat a people.
That's why you don't take it seriously, because you don't even know how to read a children's
You'd eat
Bible.
a people. You would eat
Do
people.
you
if
Don't
do
you're
you
even
know what
understand
a
a children's
do you know
Bible.
what an Eastern
You're
do you
gonna.
know what an ancient Eastern conquest would look like? Why do you
Ronan,
think in Lamentations they were
Ronan,
eating their children?
Ronan, hey, the next time
What?
you say, prove you're of the devil.
Dude, I'm asking you, like, why is it that the things in Lamentations are happening in 1 and 2? Okay, I'm asking you. That's why I'm asking you.
You
What
don't
does a
have any fucking
Mid-Eastern
clue what
conquest looks like? What
You
does a
don't-
Mid-Eastern
don't-
conquest look like?
You should go watch the Bible study on my channel. Lamentations, the whole book. I go through the whole thing.
Yeah, they're eating their babies because they were like under siege by the Chaldeans and the
No, that hasn't
Assyrians.
happened yet. You're so dumb. Lamentations hasn't even
That's literally after the book of
Okay,
Jeremiah.
whatever yeah, it's after the book of Jeremiah, but it hasn't happened yet. Lamentations is all prophecy. You're an idiot.
No, that happened during the siege of Jerusalem.
No, Lamentations has not happened yet.
It was back in the day.
Nope.
You'd had to explain to me why the Chaldeans were
Well,
there.
first you'd have to understand the rest of the Bible, and you won't take the time to listen, man. You think you know it all, so keep serving sin, motherfucker.
Yeah, well, like the 6 few
Hey, man,
streams didn't say the same thing about you.
You're the one that looked down at me. You're the one that looked down your nose at me. You don't fuck. You have no idea how bad you fucked
No,
up.
I also remember
find out.
vividly. I remember vividly.
Oh,
You
you're
came
gonna
in the
find out.
Smoker
You're
stream,
gonna find
and
out
then you
real
looked down on
soon.
all of us.
Listen, buddy, you're gonna find out real soon. You're gonna feel dumb.
Do you really want to play with faith there? Are you sure you want to do that? Because you can't do that. It's in the Bible. You don't play with fate.
I am faith. You're out of your mind.
He is faith.
Yeah, I had to disagree.
Okay. Well, disagree all you like, bud.
Because you're not the one who gets to pull all the strings.
Keep serving sin. See how it ends.
Yeah, you don't get to pull the
I know what I
strings.
have. Here's the thing. Here's the difference between me and you. I know what I have. I've been solid, stayed solid. Not a single fucking person can prove me wrong. None. I haven't budged. Won't move. Can't. Because I know what I have. You don't. You go to bed hoping you're saved. You wake up hoping you're saved. You go to bed knowing you're not. Waking up and still hoping you are. Repeating the same cycle every day, Ronan. Over and over and over. You are nothing more than an NPC in my fucking game, dude.
I'm just rubbing my wrists here, dude. I'm letting you run your mouth.
Rubbing your wrist. Yeah. You're not rubbing your wrist.
I am.
You're a creep.
Yo, hold up. Look at how clean Preacher's line is. Hold up. Taylor, let me get the
Seriously?
dude, look at that line, bro. Look at that line.
Nobody ever noticed.
Shit.
Yeah, no, the line is clean.
It
Yeah.
is so clean.
I can rub my wrist.
Eh, putang ina, ano ba naman yan?
See? May deliktik ito.
Eh, bakit naman ganyan? Parang, ano ba?
Oh, that was some of the weirdest shit. I'm gonna clip that
Bro,
out.
you have the hairiest Filipino arms I've ever seen, bro.
Yeah, you might as well call me uncle.
Eh, bakit ganon?
That was some weird shit. I'm
Dude,
not
it's called genetics. My father was hairy. My dad is hairy. My grandfather is hairy. My dad's dad is hairy.
I've never seen anyone as hairy as that. There's no
Well,
Filipino I know.
congratulations,
I'm
you met
definitely
me.
way hairier than that dude. Yeah.
Well,
my channel, unedited, unfiltered, anything. I didn't chop out nothing. I got the whole thing, me and him, the first time on my channel. The second time, I didn't bother clipping it, but I was on there yesterday. I think it was yesterday or the day before. Technically, it would be the day before for me. So, yeah, no, dude, I went on there again. I love him. I like him. I think he's listening. I think he's listening. Because there's every time I ever check in, he just looks bored as fuck.
Hairiest.
That's
Born.
really
Yo, Ronan, wait, hold up.
this
See,
looks
I can
like.
rub my wrist. see?
Wait, let me see your palm.
You ever seen like a Down syndrome kid?
Whoa, dude, you've got. Hold up.
I got
Hold up.
massive
Let me
palms, right?
look at his
Mine
hand
isn't
real
very
quick.
long.
No, hold up.
Now flip
He
them
Hold
over
on,
like
hold on.
this.
No. He has a simian line. His heart line and his headline are connected.
What the fuck does that mean in witchcraft?
Absolutely nothing.
Whoa. Hold up.
It means nothing.
Let me look.
No, I'm just humoring Pukov.
Wait,
She's
Saint Ronan,
right.
are you right-handed?
I'm left.
You're left-handed. Okay, so your simian line is on your left hand. And you have a normal ass hand on your other hand, except your heart
Ronan,
line
do a
and your
push-up.
headline are connected.
Say
Yeah,
Ronan,
let's see you do a
Except I'm hairy.
push-up.
yeah, let's see him do a push-up. I bet you $100 Pukov.
He's got hairy
push-ups crooked.
palms.
I got hairy palms.
I'll bet you.
He's not got hairy
I bet you
palms.
his push-ups crooked. Who wants to take the bet?
Bet
He wants
what?
me to what?
Sige, sige. Push up. Mag-push up ka.
Push-up.
You want me to do a push-up?
Yeah, sige, sige.
Do
Do it.
push-up, Ka. I'll bet you $20, or I'll bet you $100 that this dude's push-up is crooked because he's stronger in the right arm or stronger in the left arm than the right
Yeah,
arm.
Saint
Oh my
Ronan,
gosh! How do you know?
do a push-up ka.
I'll bet you the push-up's crooked. I bet you the proportion of his strength is centered on one hand.
Eh, hindi.
Yeah, my right tends to be stronger. Hold on, I need to know where I can, put my camera or somewhere. All right, it's got
Let's see the push-up. It's gonna be a crooked push-up.
so just yeah. First in Jawnspott, Saint Ronan does some push-ups.
So,
Yeah.
am I wrong in this? And I don't think I am, but am I wrong in this? Like, you guys understand that Ronan is like that kid in high school that he'd do anything if you just tell him to do it sometimes?
I was that kid in high school
Look, he's
too.
gonna do a
I was
push-up.
up there.
Him.
Don't
You guys are
fuck
doing
up the
it.
angle.
Listen, I don't, I don't like or dislike Ronan. I just think that you guys
All right, here
expose
comes
him.
the Saint Ronan push-up.
He's weird. You're doing him bogus.
Relax, dude. It's not like you're gonna incarcerate me right
Not
now.
that deep. Not that deep.
It's a crooked push-up.
Yep,
Watch.
Oh, he's doing more than one.
Look at it's leading.
5.
He's got a crooked push-up. I told you. I told you.
I can only do 5.
He's got crooked push-ups.
Yeah, I got a crooked push-up.
He's got
Crooked
crooked
push-up.
push-ups.
He does
My
have
right
jab-
hand's stronger though.
He's
Huh?
got the crooked push-ups. He got the
He
crooked
didn't have a
bench press,
crooked push-up. He actually did a good push-up.
and he got some hairy fists.
Mhm. I got
All the
hairy feet
telltale
too.
signs.
I'm gonna do what Jawnspott did too. I'm gonna do what Taylor did too. I'm also gonna flash my hairy
I
legs in
haven't
the camera.
noticed. I think
Wow.
they're doing this guy bogus, to be honest.
Wow.
Creep and shit. but I
5
think
times.
bogus.
Yeah. Like on the spot 5 times.
Ronan, I'm gonna
Mhm.
give you. I'm gonna give you.
You got crooked push-ups.
Really friendly, really good advice, Ronan. You ready?
Sure.
You try too hard, man.
Who, me?
Yeah, you try.
Yeah,
Way,
I guess I do.
No, I
Yeah,
try
he
too hard.
he tries way too hard. You just need to not give a fuck about other people, dude, because they don't give a fuck about you, man.
Exactly. You don't
Yeah,
know
when
how to
I'm
do
dead,
shit.
they basically will cry about me, but afterwards they'll just get on with their lives in the next few months.
No, they don't even cry about you. They laugh at you.
Yeah, Ronan,
That's
try
what's
being.
happening
Look
to
at,
you.
hey, hold on, preacher man.
Same thing that happens to me all the time.
Watch, you're
Mm.
talking. Saint Ronan,
Mm.
you gotta at least try 1 or 2 times
Look at
with
they don't
with
want
your
you to
right
stop
hand
trying
and go
because they
from there.
mock you. They make a mockery out of you. You're a sinner, and I'm sitting here giving you advice. Look, dude, they mock you.
Taylor, wait, hold on. Taylor is mocking me right now?
Yeah, they've been doing it to you for a long time.
Who?
And I won't go
No,
as
that
far
was
as to
that was sincere advice. I told him to at least try it a couple
I
times with his right
I
hand and see
think
if he
Katie
liked it.
has a genuine
Mhm.
heart. I really think she does. But
You
Taylor
have,
does.
wait, whoa.
Just because you're
I have a
left
what?
hand,
I said I
They-
think you have a genuine heart.
Why the
Mhm.
fuck would you say that about me, dude?
That you have a genuine heart? Because I
That's
think you do.
gay as fuck, dude. What the hell?
Well, to me, that was harmless. So yeah, I mean, what's 5 push-ups?
Well, it should have only been one. Right? All you had to do is prove one. Why'd you do 5?
You just told me I did good push-ups.
You didn't even have to do the one.
I
He owes
just
you $100.
I just
You
did that.
be worried about that. He
I
They
owes
told him
you
to
just
do a
wanted
push
to
up because I
know.
knew it would be crooked. That's what I
Ronan,
said.
he owes you $100, dude.
You got to do 5.
I'm your witness. This motherfucker did a perfect plank push-up, dude. You owe him $100. And he didn't do one, he did 5. And I give him credit because he did 5 solid push-ups and then quit. And he knew he wasn't going to do 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He did 5, and you only asked for 1, and you bet him
I'll repeat
$100.
it to you. Those fuckers were crooked,
You
like I said.
owe him. They weren't crooked for
They
nothing.
they
No,
were
they
crooked. They were
weren't. Nah,
crooked.
man.
Well,
They
No,
were
to
crooked
be
push-ups.
fair,
I'm
I
telling you.
my push-ups aren't really my strong suit. I can sprawl, but in
Those
terms of push-ups,
watch.
yeah.
I'll show it to
You
you.
owe him $100, dude.
No, one, nobody took the bet.
You
But
owe him
two,
$100.
no, you owe me $100. I'll show you specifically
How do
where
I
that
owe
shit
you
is slant.
shit? You owe
Those
me
are
the
crooked
clip to
push-ups.
my brother.
That's
You owe
what
me the clip
happens
to my
when you're
brother.
in jail. When you're in jail for long periods of time, people come out and they do crooked push-ups, and there's a reason for that. Perry,
That's a lie.
there's a
That's a
reason for
lie. I
that.
do
You
500
gain.
push-ups. When I met my wife, I was doing 500 push-ups a day.
I did push-ups every day in jail, but I still came out crooked because I know why. Because
No, you didn't.
I
it's
mean,
No.
a
my
bad
my
habit.
my hands are like way too wide
You owe
out.
me
I still need
$100.
to try
No,
and
but
put them in
If
chest
you ask
level.
me, you
it's
owe
a
him
bad
$100.
habit.
I think
All
you're
right.
bullshit, Taylor.
I've been able to master my
See, you're
issues
bullshit.
with that, but for other
Bullshit.
folks that haven't, all right.
Bullshit. Woof. Woof, 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 woof.
All right, let Taylor talk. I wanna hear what Taylor says.
No, but you need to at least one night just go, hey, I wonder what my right hand's like, and give your right hand a chance.
Exactly.
Just say, hey, right hand, take your right hand out on a date one night. It has
Yeah.
a lot to offer
Yeah.
you.
You know what, Ronan? You deserve every bit of fucking dumbass that you get treated like.
No, dude, because I have to
You
do
really
the
do.
proper
You're an
push-up.
idiot.
I will have
You're an
like
idiot.
no,
I-
I will have like bad muscle contractions if I
You're
don't do it properly. It's part of body mechanics, dude. I'm a physical therapy graduate for crying out loud. And
You're
dude, like,
not in anything. You're living in a
Oh.
one fucking bedroom hut
well, that's on you, dude. But I really want to
doing
do the
push-ups
proper
on the
mechanics of
internet
a push-up.
for invisible bets.
Where the fuck was Jesus living?
Jesus didn't have a home.
Yeah, exactly, bitch.
I know.
Yeah.
What's that got to do with the price of rice in China?
What's it got to do with where Saint Ronan's living?
Well, I'm just saying, like, he
Oh.
tries too hard.
Ah.
What? Why are you bringing Jesus into it?
Why indeed?
I mean,
Ronan-
look, let's just be fair. Like, preacher, I appreciate your sentiments, and Taylor, I appreciate the advice. I'm gonna try to stress my right arm a bit, and then I'll make my way to an even better looking push-up, because that's proper mechanics. I mean, I'm gonna take both of your advice. How about that?
You're not going to take any advice because you're not one for push-ups. We all know.
Just not one for push-ups.
I don't think so. No, you only did 5.
No crooked push-ups.
Well,
If you-
at least I can do 5. I am trying to make my way to 10.
Oh. Well, hey,
Hmm.
man. More power to you. Physical, I will say this.
How many you can do?
Physical exercise profits little contentment. Contentment with godliness profits. That's where it's at. Scripture.
Yeah, I believe
It's not-
that, but that doesn't necessarily mean I can't.
You don't
exercise.
believe that, though. If you did believe that,
No, I don't. Oh, I do believe that.
then you'd stop sinning.
Wait, so I'm sinning because I did push-ups.
Well, do you sin?
The way you did the push-ups, it looks like you've been sinning quite a bit.
No.
Yeah.
See, now Taylor's going a little far, but I would say he's not that far from the truth.
I'm just wait. Pukov gone.
Yeah. I'm just joining the train, man.
Where did Pukov go?
He's on the rag.
She sleeping?
She probably had to go change her tampon.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I'm gonna go watch that clip where I did push-ups, and yeah, I might as well. Yeah, might as well take a look because I think I cramped my. I think I cramped my right traps a bit.
What you need to do, Ronan, is sit down and really read the Bible, because you're seriously lacking.
The Bible's not gonna help you with this. The Bible's not gonna help you. Your right hand will. Just give your right hand a chance a couple nights a week, and then, or you can be.
I
It's good.
literally read the
It's good to be celibate like me. But
Hmm.
for those who cannot,
That's fucked up.
let them have a right hand. The Bible will tell you that.
Hmm.
Look at
Hmm.
preacher man sitting there, quiet, 'cause he knows the Bible say that.
Says
Mhm.
what? Watch your
He know the
tongue.
Bible say exactly what I just said.
That's what I thought.
Look at drink your little fucking Capri Sun, preacher man, because you know the
That's what I
Bible
thought.
says exactly that.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
What is this? Hold on, I just need to get this weird thing off my pillow. You know, some kind of freaking mold or something.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm getting rid of it. Don't worry, it doesn't harm adults. But you keep your kids away from it, molds. They mess up their lungs real good. All right, it's gone. You know, preacher, I do read the Bible.
You know, Ronan, obviously not enough.
Why? Because I don't agree with you.
Well, if you agreed with the Bible, you would agree with me. That
I
has
mean,
nothing to do with me. It's all about what the Bible
well,
says.
that sounds a little bit like Gnostic, like a
Ronan,
Gnostic heresy right there.
Ronan, why don't you just do a Bible study with me on my channel?
I'm
And
have to
stop
decline.
seeing me as your enemy and see me as somebody that could show you something. Something you've been looking for a long time.
I have my pastors. Do you think they're telling me a lie?
If they sin. And then go ahead, keep following them. Go follow your pastors. Go ahead.
You haven't even talked with my pastor
I'm
yet.
not even going to argue with you about it. I'm making you an offer. I'm not going to argue with you about it. It's an offer. And it's an offer that stands no matter how much you hate me, no matter what you got to say about me. I don't care. But at the end of the day, the offer stands. You need to come on my channel and do a Bible study with me and stop fucking around. Dead serious, man. Just let me show you some shit. What do you got to lose? What do you got to lose? Really?
Nothing.
You live in the fucking Philippines. What do you got to lose?
Nothing.
So why not? Other than pride, you've got no reason. And if you're going to cling to your pride, you're going to lose.
I mean, well, you talk a lot about pride, dude. I mean, you're the one to talk.
I don't
you're
have
the
any
one to talk about pride, where you come in here every single time.
I don't have any pride. I'm the bottom of the barrel, dude. I have no pride. I've got nothing to brag about other than I love the book. And that's not even bragging about me. That's bragging about the book.
I love the book too.
Nope. Not enough.
So I don't love the book according to you?
Correct. You don't keep it. Jesus said in John chapter 14, verse 24, he that loveth me will keep my words. He that
I
loveth
love
me
him, just not.
not my words.
Okay. Do you keep his word every time you say that there is no such
All
thing?
day, every day. I can't sin, Ronald. I'm saved. It's a
You
real
can't
thing.
sin.
Can't sin. It's a real thing.
Do you know what sin stands for? It means missing the mark.
No shit. I don't miss the mark.
So
I
every
shattered
time,
the bullseye. I shattered the bullseye every day, all day, over and over and over again. Every time I wake up, I've shattered that bullseye. I
you
hit the
shattered the
I
bullseye.
split the arrow in half. Dead
You s-
center, nailed it. Yep. You can't say that.
So whenever you wrong somebody or whenever
I
you
don't
have
wrong
faults,
anybody.
you don't wrong anybody.
No.
You just accuse Taylor for being ingenuine.
He is being genuine. He knows he is.
Would it?
Taylor,
Yeah, but wouldn't that be
here's one thing
sinful?
I will give Taylor credit for. He has a better understanding of me than most people.
I'd rather listen to Taylor then.
He won't deny that I'm telling the truth either. He may not say it outright, but he won't deny it. That's why he has me on his channel.
But sin is unrighteousness, dude.
Right. I
So
don't
whenever you do which is unrighteous, so
I do
whenever you do,
everything I do is righteous.
do you
Everything.
know how the Bible defines sin, preacher?
Oh my God. You're gonna go back into your own understanding. Okay. Whatever you say,
No, I'm
Ronnie.
not going into my understanding. I'm
Officer,
giving
I
you.
know
This
how the Bible
motherfucker,
defines it.
man. This
There's
motherfucker
only 3
walked
verses
into
in
Home Depot, bought a ladder. They said you need paint, you need anything. He said, "Oh no, I just need a ladder."
Hmm.
Righteously went to the fucking zoo, threw the ladder over the fence, hopped the fence himself. Righteously.
fuck the shit out of that giraffe.
Yeah, fuck the giraffe. Yeah, that's righteous.
See, he mocks me because he knows I'm telling the truth. And that's all he can do is make fun of me. That's it. That's all he's clinging to too, man. That's all
He's
you
at
got.
enmity with the world and at enmity with the fucking local zoo.
Enmity with the world. You're right, man. The whole world lieth in wickedness. You ain't lying.
You do know that applies to you too, right? That can.
Listen, I'm saved, dude.
Well, if then wickedness lies in the whole
There's no
world.
wickedness in me, man. There's no unrighteousness in me at all. Zero.
You'd have to explain that to Paul in Romans 7.
Have you ever actually read Romans 7, the whole thing?
Yeah,
Slowly?
sin
Oh,
dwelleth within
so
me. The thing
who
I
is
want to do,
wait, in
I
verse
do not.
1?
The
Let me ask you
thing that I
in verse
not
1,
want to do, this
who
I keep
is
doing.
the chapter addressed to?
What do you
even
mean?
know?
What do you
Who is
mean?
the whole chapter addressed to? Do you even know?
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
You don't know. You've never actually read
Well,
Romans
you
7.
made a claim. You either justify that or you retract that one.
I'm going to justify it both ways. One, you've never actually read the entire chapter of Romans 7 in a King James
Really?
ever.
I have read it in the stream that I've done,
In a
talking
King James?
about that it's possible for people
In a
to
King
still
James?
sin because
It's not.
Paul has explained
It's
that
not.
to him.
Because Romans 7 says it's not.
Romans 7 says it's not.
Romans 7 says without the law, sin is dead.
Then why does he say, the thing I want to do, I do not?
Right.
The
That's
thing
verse
I
26.
do not want to do, this I keep doing.
That's verse 18, verse 16.
Yeah, so why does he say that?
Because he's talking about himself when he was a Pharisee before he became a believer.
No, this was
Okay.
when he
All right.
was
Well, that
already
shows
a
how much you don't
convert.
know, Ronan.
This
Look,
was
dude.
already when he was
All
a
right, clean your
convert.
pride, man. Serve sin till you fucking die.
No, that was never.
Yeah,
That was
that's
already
what's
he
gonna
was
happen.
already a convert.
Either you're gonna listen to what I have to show you, or you're gonna serve sin till you die.
No, I just told you that was already when he was a
Then serve sin
convert,
till you die, man.
and he is
What do you want?
specifically addressing it to the people in church.
No, the whole chapter is
Yes,
addressed to people that are under the law.
it's an epistle. It's a letter to a church
Yeah,
in Rome.
Romans itself, yeah. But Romans chapter 7, verse 1 says, I speak to them that know the law. The entire chapter is addressed to people that are under the law. The law, in fact, just the law itself is mentioned 31 times throughout the entire chapter. The entire
Mhm.
chapter is about trying to keep the law and failing.
Are you sure?
1,000%.
So why did he need to? Why did he feel the need to stress that out?
Because if you're under the law, that's why you find something in common with him, is because you're still trying to keep the law and all you do is fail. But if you read
I'd
Romans
have to
chapter 8, verse
disagree.
2, if you read Romans chapter 8, verse 2, which is 2 verses, 4 verses from what you're talking about, if you read Romans chapter 8, verse 2, he says he's free from the law of sin and death.
By what inference? How? Like you have to give me something
By
else.
the
Like how is
blood
it
of
free?
Jesus. Why don't you just come on my channel and do a Bible study with me? We could do Romans 7.
No, dude, because all the things you're saying
You're
to me have
afraid.
given the
Why are you
you've
being so
given the Bible. No, because you've given the scripture problems.
No,
You're
I
gonna
haven't.
tell me it's this, but you have a problem with it. Like, I'm not saying you have a problem with the scripture, but it's
Right.
giving problems with your statement. Like
No,
it's
there's no problem.
contradictory.
There's no problems. There's no problem. I'm giving you scripture.
Yeah. Well,
Verse
if he
1,
really was
entire
saved,
chapter is addressed to them that are
well,
under law.
okay,
Yeah.
then while he was reading, so okay, you
So
said
open
he's
up Romans
free.
chapter 7 then. Open up Romans chapter 7. Go to it.
All right, I got my Bible here.
All right. Let's go through it real slow, me and you. Right now.
No, okay.
Okay,
I mean,
good.
all I'm saying is that if he was really free, then I don't know why he felt the need
We're
to
gonna
write down Romans 7.
We're going to talk about it right now.
All right,
To
then.
help people
Let's
like
do
you.
it. Let's do it. Okay. I'm just going to go with this. Know ye not, brethren, for I speak to them that know the law. How the law hath dominion over a man as long as he lives. For the woman which hath an husband is bound by the law. What?
Hang on. Verse 1. Read it again nice and slow and then stop.
For I speak, oh, this? For I speak to them that know the law. Okay. What about it?
So the whole chapter is addressed to who?
The law?
To them that know the law. Exactly. Verse 2, verse 3.
So then,
Come
for
on.
the woman which hath an husband is bound by the law to her husband is living. But the husband be dead, she is loosed from the law of her husband. So then, if while her husband liveth, she be married to another man, she shall
is
be
no
called an
adulterer.
adulteress. But if her husband be as dead, she is free. This is a widow.
Right, which is how he describes, he compares people as far as like God married to you or not. Either you are or you're not. Either you're saved or you're not. You're either bride of Christ or you're not. You can't be both.
We're in
You
the
can't be
flesh,
a
the
wise
motion
virgin
of
and an unwise virgin.
did work in our members to bring forth fruit unto death. But
Wait,
now,
yeah, you go back to verse 4. You're
oh no,
skipping.
I already read that. I was just
You're
reading
skipping
silently.
shit. You're skipping shit.
I am not skipping. Well, while you
Read
were
verse
talking, I
4.
was already reading it.
Read verse 4.
My brethren, you also become dead to the law. But yeah, I actually read this. Then should be married to
What
another.
does dead mean, Ronan?
I know what this means.
What does dead mean? You have a problem with definitions? What does dead mean?
Dead, like dead,
Dead.
but
Dead to what? What does he say we're dead to?
dead to the law by the
Dead to
body
the
of
law.
Christ.
That's the whole law. And I'm going to prove it to you real soon. Read verse 5.
When we were in the flesh, the motions of sin, which were by the law, did work in our members to bring forth fruit unto
Now
death.
watch that. Notice how he says something. He said, the motions of sin, which were by what?
Which were by the law, did work in our members to bring forth fruit unto
The
death.
only way for you to know you sin is for you to compare yourself to the law. If you actually believed in Jesus, you'd be dead to the law, so you wouldn't even know you sin. But because of your mental state, which is normal, it's okay. Go real quick, hold your place there. Go to Romans chapter 3, verse 20. I want to show you something. Go back to chapter 3, verse 20.
Therefore, by the deeds of the law, there shall no flesh be justified in his sight, for by the law is the knowledge of sin.
Okay, so by the deeds of the law, no matter how much you try to be the best you can be, by the deeds of the law, there shall no flesh be justified in his sight. So you can say you believe and try and keep that law as much as you want. It doesn't matter. You're not going to be justified by that. He said, by the law, listen, for by the law is the knowledge of sin. The only way for you to know you sin is to compare yourself to that law. Now go back to Romans.
This is an antithesis.
No, you're full of shit. I'm going by scripture.
No,
Now you're
this
just
is
trying
an
to make more
antithesis to
sorry-ass
the nomos
excuses,
of the
dude.
Lord.
No,
This is
dude.
an antithesis.
No, dude. It means what it says, motherfucker.
You sound like Randall, dude. He
It
says
means
that to me
what
all
it
the
says.
time. And whenever he
taught
says that,
Randall.
I know it's wrong.
I taught Randall. He sounds like me. But he lies. Randall's a fraud.
He lies.
He lies. Yeah, he's a fraud. He's a fake.
But this
He's
is an antithesis, dude.
Why would
No,
you
dude,
take
it
Randall
means
as a
what it
man
says.
if he was a liar? Why would you?
Because in the
man
first
like
few
that?
instances in the Bible, the law is sin is described by what? It's
Okay,
like the
you know what,
deviation
Ronan?
of the
You know
law,
what, Ronan?
right?
You know what? I'm sorry I tried to show you. I'll never try again, okay?
No, dude, we're trying to
No,
have a
you're
discussion,
not
but
gonna
if
listen.
you can't take a
You're not gonna listen.
disagreement,
You don't
then
listen.
you're not
You don't
capable
want
of
to
a
listen.
functional
It
conversation
means what
after
it says.
all.
The only way you know you sin is to compare yourself to that
Okay,
law.
we're gonna play
If
that
you
game.
really
Do
believed
we
it
avoid the
existed,
law
you
through
believe he
faith?
fulfilled it
God
for you.
forbid. Yeah, we establish the law. So if we're dead to it, why do we still need to
Pay attention.
establish it?
Pay attention.
Why do we need to establish
Watch.
it?
I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you right now.
Why do we need to establish it?
Watch
No,
this.
answer my question. You're not going to jump
I
in
am.
over here.
I'm going to.
I
Really
am.
simple. If I'm dead to the law, does it apply to me? Yes or no?
If you're dead to the law,
yeah.
Well, that depends how you define dead.
What does dead mean?
Well, you seem to know this better than I do. So
What
define
does
it
dead
for me.
mean, dumbass?
You made the claim. You support it.
What does dead mean?
You made the claim. You support it.
What does dead mean?
I don't know. You know this better than I do. So answer it.
You're not capable of understanding what the word dead means. All right. Congratulations. You are officially a fucking woman.
Congratulations. You're officially a man with no regard of etymology.
I bet you wouldn't be able to give a different definition of a woman either.
Dude, do you even know what the etymology behind the word? Like, do you even know how the word dead is used here?
Dude. You're so full of shit.
Wait, so let me get this straight. I'm full of shit because I'm trying to figure out what they mean by dead here.
You're not using any kind of, what does dead mean?
Dude, this is an English translation, and you're using an English definition for this one?
You're retarded.
This is literally from Hebrew.
Joe Biden.
This was literally from Hebrew. This is literally from Hebrew, so you can't use the word dead the way we use dead in English. Oh my goodness. You have no hermeneutics.
Look at you
have
can't
no
even say what the
hermeneutics.
word dead means.
You can't communicate this right.
See this, Taylor? This is what it is. This is what it's like. All day, every day, day in.
You have no hermeneutics.
Fuck your hermeneutics. You're full of shit. 1 Corinthians 1:19 said, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise.
So basically, what you're saying is that every person that has endeavored to make the Bible available to us as a sinful man.
No. You want to talk about hermeneutics, but you don't even know the definition of dead. You're a fucking retard.
If I want to know the definition of dead, would I run to an English dictionary or should I run to Hebrew words?
Okay.
Which is by the very language which was translated from.
Do you have anybody in your family that's died recently?
No, not right now.
Oh, nobody in your family's ever died?
Yeah.
Oh, what about friends? Do you have any friends that have ever died?
No friends either.
Oh, so everybody in your life is still alive?
So you're gonna revile me now by using people that I know?
Right, you just don't
you're gonna revile me now?
That's okay.
No, that's okay. You can keep reviling me all you want. That still wouldn't be sin for you.
Look like a complete fucking ass tonight. Congratulations.
Yeah, you're a reviler, dude. I mean, if you won't get your way, this is what you do.
You're a
fucking If you don't get your way, this is what you do. If you don't get your way, this is what you do. This is what a joke would do. If they don't get their way, what do they do? They refer to ad hom fallacies. You know what that means? You go out of my way to attack my character instead of addressing what's happening.
Oh, your character. You can't even give me a definition for the word dead.
Why would you attack my
dead?
Dude, we're reading the Bible here. And you're going out of my way to attack my character.
You're a Down syndrome kid.
I have Down syndrome?
You must have. You can't even fucking give me the definition of the word dead.
So you're diagnosing me now?
What does dead mean?
You're diagnosing me? No. You diagnosed me having Down syndrome, so you gotta substantiate that.
You must have Down syndrome. Something's up. Something's wrong. You need to see a psychiatrist, man. You need help. If you don't know
You
what
see,
the definition
ladies
of
and
dead is,
gentlemen, this is what preacher
clearly
does.
school did not work for you.
If he doesn't
Why
get
would I
what
ever
he
listen to you?
wants, he's gonna start attacking
What's
your
the definition of the word dead,
This
dumbass?
is a definition of a loser and
What's
a
the
heretic.
definition of the word dead?
You're a donkey, preacher.
Okay. Right. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You're a
And you don't
donkey.
even know the definition of the word dead. Yeah,
So I'm
somebody
never
needs to
going
buy
to your
you
Bible study. You're a
Spot
donkey.
Go. Somebody needs to buy you Spot
The
Go.
only
Right?
place
need
you could
Dr.
lead
Seuss.
believers right now is hell.
Because you can't give me the definition of the word dead. You are definitely a
Really?
fucking idiot.
I'm an idiot because
It is.